on this Sunday? I'm just chilling. Smash that like, y'all. Yeah, what happened, man? Did you vote against this stuff? To the question, and I want to know your answer. Because if you did vote against it, what the hell happened? Know what I mean, what the hell happened? What's going on? A lot going on and being said about Trump and this China visit too. A lot of people feel like China got Trump over there and sunned him. What's your opinion? You think China got Trump over there and did a Zelensky on him? Maybe the video will come out on it later or whatever happened over there when Trump was over there in China. They might have got his ass over there and did him like he did Zelensky, shake his ass up. You know how I go. When in Rome, do as Romans. Smash that like, y'all. Share me out. What's going on with y'all, man? How's y'all day? What's going on? Two of y'all in here, man. Hopefully you came in smashing the like button because it's free and it's not to let your chair. It's not gonna shock you if you support me. Did China just win the war? Did you really vote for high food and gas prices? Who divided America? That's the topic today. You know, don't we was engaging in a war with China for resources, tariffs. You know, all wars ain't fought with guns. Yeah, I do realize that all wars are not fought with guns. Some of them it's spiritual warfare, it's economic warfare, technology warfare. You know, all kind of warfare. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Did China just win the war? You know, a lot of y'all, that's all y'all know is back and forth fighting and fists being thrown. That's war. Nah, war is more than just physical, and it takes a toll on more than just your physical. When you go to war, smash that like, double tap that stream. There's 7 of y'all in here. Can I get all 7 of y'all that's in here to double tap the stream and share me out, man? It's 9 of y'all in here. How's your Sunday? It's 16 of y'all in. We fluctuating. That's what it is. Okay, thanks for that right there, sir. What's going on, sir? What's up with you? Do you think we just lost the war with China? And I ain't talking about the Iran war, just that ain't even a war, remember? That's Operation Full Fury. The war with China on technology, the technology race, even to be a world power. You think we just stepped down or gave up and China sunned us and took over? or as the Trump administration exercising the art of war when weak appear to be soft, when soft appear to be strong. Smash that like it's 22 of y'all in here, man. Let's get them likes up so this conversation get held. And who voted against all this stuff? Because evidently a lot of y'all voted for it. Who voted against this high gas economy being fucked up? You know what I'm saying? Smash that like, y'all, and share me out. And let's get them likes up past 2. So y'all got going on this Sunday. Cooling out. It's 90 degrees here. That's crazy. It's 90 degrees in my area, and it don't even feel like it. A lot of times, you know what I mean, we have only understanding on physical war. Bombs got to be dropped for us to realize that there's a war going on. Russell, what's going? Good, thank you, man. Got me over that. I mean, just like when you drink some alcohol in the morning and have a dog. I mean, you get me over that. Get me, you know what I mean? Trader Adolf Trump giving his loser oil pals permission to rip off America drivers. Liar, coward, terrorist, human excrement. That's who divided America. Wow. What's up, Jesse? What's up, Charlie? Good afternoon, sir. And Russell, what it is right now. That's what it is. Thanks for y'all coming through, man. What y'all think? Y'all think we lost the war with China? Because you know it was a war for who was gonna be the top world power. Y'all think we lost the war with China? Everybody, you know what I mean? Everybody looking at what's going on with Iran. Iran just solidified it. You know what I mean? Being that we talking to another country about what's going on with our shit. That shit is crazy. Smash that like. Trump plays China like a deck of cards. You thinking liberate to screw you. You thinking libtards go screw yourself. User, what's going on with you, user? Why do you think Trump is playing China like a deck of cards? How do you? What's your opinion on that? Not the debate, just to see where you at with it. There's 37 of y'all in here. Let's get them likes up, man. Let's get them up. Get them up. Get them up. Smash that like it's not. The electric chair is free. It's free. Shout out everybody that's coming through showing that support though. That's free too. It's free to support. I don't know why y'all keep putting Adolf Hitler and Donald Trump in the same category. Adolf Hitler was he initially a politician? Donald Trump wasn't. Trump is not initially a politician. He's a businessman. So it's no less you're not mad with your president. You're mad with your boss with the Donald Trump shit. He don't really know what he's doing. He has a board of advisors, a whole administration behind him. So there's no need putting 100% of your hate on Donald Trump. It's the whole Trump administration. I see Stephen Miller been quiet lately, though. One of the main catalysts for Trump being president right now. Stephen Miller. He been on the low. It's 41 of y'all in here, man. Double tap the stream, man. Show some integrity. Shout out everybody that's geeking and peeking too. It is what it is. But did China just win the war? Did you really vote for high food gas prices? High, know what I mean, everything high. And the motherfucker will come in and say, Daddy Trump. Hey, I mean, I'm not taking up for Donald Trump. I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm not a Trump hater either. I'm just an American that don't mind politicking, and your opinion is greatly appreciated. You can feel how you want, but I agree with you. I don't know if he been falling asleep more than Joe Biden, because they say Joe Biden was dementia, so even when he up, he sleep. So Donald Trump falling asleep, I don't put nothing past that. He's damn near 80. He's 80. He probably go to sleep and probably can't even eat that many solid foods and hold him on his stomach. But I mean, that's what an 80-year-old does, fall asleep. You feel me? Shit, hell. A 50-year-old fall asleep when mine not occupied because he probably tired from working hard. Because you gotta work extra hard now in this climate with Donald Trump, won the bread. What's your opinion? Did China just win this war? Jeeper. What's going on with you? What you been up to? China and Iran are winning. Right. China's getting what they want. World exposure, making Donald Trump kowtow, and Iran is getting what they want. World exposure on whether United States is in the right or wrong. God, guns, country. That's what it is. Fuck you. Chilling, Jeeper. Just chilling. Bijou. What's going on with you? What's going on in UK? Hey, B, did you participate or see any of that stuff that was going on yesterday with Tony Robbins and in the Black international community in the UK? Are they participating? And if they are, what side are they participating on? Are they in full unison with Tommy Robinson, Tony Robinson, the Robinson guy? Are they participating with him as the Black international community um in favor of that Robinson guy over there in the UK? I see they had a bunch of shit going on yesterday. They had some wild shit going on too, like where the police had to step in. Oh yeah. Did you are you do you agree with him? Do you agree with him, B? God, guns, and country is freedom. How is it freedom? Each one of them locks you in. God, you don't have free thought. You think, what would God do? What would Jesus Christ do? Guns. That shit. You think they only made one gun? You know what I mean? And country. Sometimes your country seems like the enemy when they not helping you. You know what I mean? So that don't spell freedom. Okay, B. What things like? Because he's kind of. I would say he was kind of. Um, I would say he's nationalist. I'm not gonna say racist because his standing point is he doesn't want his country to get overran. But some of it sounds a bit racist. I would say the Robinson guy is the UK's version of Charlie Kirk. They might be setting him up to be a miter. It's 30 of y'all in here, man. Double tap the stream. And how's that baby doing, man? Well, young lady, no disrespect to you. I know you're a beautiful queen. The UK was getting worse over. We have lost the freedom of speech. Right? I heard they can't even fly a UK flag. What are other things that with the freedom of speech? Like what kind of things y'all can't say? Y'all can't say nothing against the government. Do y'all even have a prime minister? Is the prime minister the equivalent of the president of the United States? Ukraine dismantled their nuclear program. Look at them now. Ukraine dismantled their nuclear program because it was Russian um, missiles that were there. If you know anything, Russia and Ukraine are closely associated. They're cousins. The Kievan Rus are the forefathers in the Slavs. The Kievan Rus, I mean, the lords of the manor, and the Slavs were their slaves. Chilling, Sassy, Measy. What's up, Sassy? How's your day? It's Sunday, so either you chilling or you about to dash out the door and hit Whole Foods, hit Saks Fifth Avenue, hit Bergdorf somewhere. I don't know how you do it, player. I've been in the lab cooking up all day today, brainstorming on where I'm gonna take this at. Because when you come to a fork in the road, I mean, sometimes you want to go straight. But yeah, what I've been doing, setting everything go. I like the summer. It's 90 degrees here. Y'all remember that song? 96 degrees. You, what's up, Amari? What's up with you? What's up with you, fam? Hey, KD, that dude that I sent you the video of, have you ever heard of him before? And he was crazy with it. That was some good information because my daughter is a Geechee. Right straight off of Green Street, Buford. My daughter's a Geechee, and one of my best friends in the world was Geechee Down, uh, Henny, Frazier. A lot of people with the last name Frazier consider themselves Geechee. Joe Frazier, you know that he was straight off of Yamasee Indian Res that's right up the street from Charleston. It's in between Buford and Charleston. There's an Indian Res. Okay, I feel you, B. I feel you. Okay, okay, okay. I did not know that. See, great minds think alike. But the first thing when I saw that video, I thought of you. I said, Amaru, this Amaru type shit. It's the same thing that brother says. And if more than saying, even if one brother saying it, if it's, factual, I'll go investigate it. But both of y'all cannot be, too far off. Right. I know you told me. And to a certain extent, I agree with you because the Yamasee, the Yamacraw, like they got a project in Savannah called Yamacraw, right where the Yamacraw Indians, black Indians used to be, they have a black project. But you can tell that they're more native to the land. They seem a little Africanish, but it's their Caribbean in them. You get more support if you don't work there, if you work in everything here. Okay, people ain't happy with their living situation, the quality of life. Would you think the immigrants are breaking down the quality of life? Because here, the Gullah Wars, yep, Andrew Jackson and them boys, George Washington even engaged in some of that shit with the Gullahs up this way. But the Gullah Wars, or with the Geechee Gullah that are the Yamasees, are the same thing. And that's what because the Yamasees is right there next to the Geechees in Buford, and they're in between. We all know Charleston is so the start right there in Charleston on down to Florida is the Gullah territory, as they call them. The Seminoles, yeah, they killed me when they try to explain it as some runaway slaves started that fort in Seminole territory. Did you hear that they want to bring out a law to evacuate Americans if they don't agree with the go? Execute them. Yeah, and they said that they was gonna start doing the shit with the firing squad. How crazy is that? That means we ain't in America no more. We can't disagree with other Americans. They turned into Buffalo Soldiers right after Seminole Wars. The U.S. government contracted them because they had just whoop on them. Right? Damn. Okay, so the UK separated by patch on I mean, they got it separated. But yeah, Amaru. I'm in full agreement because the Buffalo Soldiers just popped up out of nowhere, and a lot of them got a lot of recognition. They had a lot of pull too, like the one that he didn't get his pension, and he went to the Washington D.C. and fought for it. Bijou says, "I live in a middle class, mainly white area, so I don't get to deal with the migrants." Okay, okay, so you are kind of like padded from even dealing with it. You know what I mean? Okay, I got you. So the immigrants are fighting for the straps. They coming in, but are any of them interest prosperous hit there? They're just coming in because a lot of times the immigrants here, they'll come here and start a motherfucking mini mart and get all the money, buy a hotel, get all the money. You can't disagree with the government. Do you know? Yeah, like you saying, Sassy, even with the Trump situation, you know that Trump has split families. Some people are in support of Donald Trump. Some people hate his guts, and it's something that happened to be husbands and wives. Remember, the Democrats told the women that they can lie to their husbands because it's a they don't can't see them who they vote for when they go in the ballot box. Remember, they said that shit. I saw the commercial. What stim? You said I was stimulus checks. I don't want no stimulus check. You need a stimulus program. You need $5,000 for 24 months if you're a tax-paying citizen in America. All this money and shit they done found and stole and took and ran up on. Okay, you say the news don't. Okay, so the news is working for the firm also, as well as the monarchy. They're not the monarchy anymore. They're just no less like ambassadors, goodwill ambassadors. Yes, they talking about they call the Buffalo Soldiers because the natives call. That's BS. They were Buffalo Soldiers because they were Indians. Look at one of the badges they used to wear. Right? Chilling, sir. What's up with you? You say how Trump can troll millions of people at once, but why would he want to troll millions of people? He should want to help millions of people, Dan. And you should not love him trying to hurt fellow Americans. That's the problem. Americans hurt Americans too much. But we don't help no Americans, but we seemingly we're going to help the Iranians get their oppressive leaders out the way. I mean, yeah, Trump don't care about nobody. The Trump administration, MAGA is no less just collateral damage like everybody else, fam. It's crazy. That's and it's crazy. No, but what's so crazy? I'm not even mad at Trump because if they let you do it, do it. I mean, you know what I mean. I'm mad at the Americans that's going for it. Americans always hurting Americans. The migrants that are referring to are the taxpayers are funding it by legally they can't work, get housing, and so until they get wow, that's the same here though. They got migrants that even before they get in the country, they may get contact and they get checks and you know what I mean, shelter until they interview. Trump is the president of the United States of America for him. True. Billionaires don't care about the left, right, or the middle. The MAGA, they have their own wicked because the left, right, the middle, and the MAGA are their consumers. They're the ones that consume their product. They don't care about them. All they can care that they consume. They don't know if that person that's consuming their product is a Democrat, Republican, unless they have something politically driven or it's something that trends in that community. But as a whole, all they know is the person is buying, buy, 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 buy. That's all they want you to do. Buy, 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 buy. Smash that like until the consumer, even the product that we brought from Donald Trump, his product, nobody likes it now. Profits over people. Yep. And but you know what? In America, it comes down sometimes to profits from the mouths of prophets. You know what I mean? You say that the ones with status are doing great because I every time I talk to somebody that's white from the UK, they mainly make it seem racist because they go like Islam is going to do this, Islam people do this, Islam people do that, and what's so crazy is people of all races, color, ethnic backgrounds do the things that they you know what I mean. The migrants with the status are doing great. More people build back home. And now that we are out of the EU, okay. So when y'all got out of the EU, do you think that was a good look for the UK, or should it have stayed associated? I say it was a good look because France, Germany, Spain, Netherlands, all of those been colonizers, and now they can't really colonize that much because those countries that they kept in the third world position are now shaking them off and trying to create a stable, you know what I mean, infrastructure for themselves because the dollar is falling. Because those colonizers benefited off the dollar being stable. That's why they did business in the dollar, the EU, because they tried to make the euro to take the dollar out. It ain't worked. So now you can't beat them, join them, or get back with them. You know how that shit go date a light skinned girl and then dish your dark skinned girl. And then when the light skinned girl dish your ass, you come like, hey, can I? No. Smash that like. A lot of people fell for the con for sure. This motherfucking guy. What up, family? What's up with you today? You said it was a bad look. Why so? You think they should have stayed linked with him? With okay, y'all still recovering. But you know, when upheaval like that, y'all whole economic system was based off the European um or linked to European money. So true indeed, Sassy. I was giving them 75 cents, but you right. Uh, uh, let's see, for about 48 cents. About three cheeseburgers with $1. Now you can't buy put cheese on the cheese. They want $2 for the. You right. What's going on, Cannon? Hoorah! What's up, Cannon? How's your day? How's your Sunday, family? How's your Sunday? What you think, man? Did China just win the war? Because you know the war in Iran ain't shit to the war with China. It's because the war with China is on so many different fronts. It's on we having an economic war against them, resource war, technology war, a war to see who gonna be the biggest boss. You know what I mean globally. And it seemed like with China hosting the United States, and seemingly, it seemed like the dude was sunning Donald Trump. Maybe they might be go ahead announcing that we are the world power. The United States is just a negotiator now, because that's what they're doing with Iran, right? I'm chilling, fam. I'm chilling. That's what they're doing with Iran, negotiating. I thought they didn't negotiate with terrorists. You damn sure don't negotiate with losers. You say you lost, and this is what's going to go down. Smash that like. And I'm not. That's not dissing America because I'm American. I love America. You know what I mean? I love Americans. But we gotta got that gonna call bullshit when it's bullshit, family. Okay, okay, before Minute Monday, wish it was a Sunday. Yeah, Monday, wish it was a Sunday. I know my OGs know about that song. Remember, it didn't matter the color of the person that sung the song, we sung it. Y'all remember that shit? At one time, it didn't matter the color of the person. We sung the song. You know what I mean? Or the fatter trend, we followed it. It didn't matter. Now it's too much. You know what I'm saying? It's too much. Smash that like, man. 56 people in here. Greatly appreciate it. Your opinion matters. Feel free to express yourself with the respect. Within respect. KD, Amaru. Yeah, we gotta I gotta bring you up so you can drop some information on the Native Black Americans because I was doing some research on Liberia too. Liberia, they slimy over there. It was FBAs as they call themselves, Foundation of Black Americans, free black men. White folks was having black fatigue or getting, I mean, tired of seeing black folks. They sent black Americans, not Africans, to be gentrified or repatriated into Africa. They sent black Americans to Liberia. No white folks. They sent black Americans. Roberts, who was a businessman in Virginia who was free, and several with him to Monrovia, and they started Liberia. It didn't work out, and you still find the remnants of Americans there, and Liberia still has that tether to America. They don't look at themselves as a African country. They look at themselves as an American colony, territory, or even country in the continent of Africa. Ain't that crazy? Liberia. Would that was some American that want that they had no African in them, some American black businessmen along with the church, the Episcopalian church. They don't want war to end because it will stop the flow of money for the top tier. Exactly. That's why I say the army is in charge. This our military infrastructure. It can't even be called the army. It's the military infrastructure behind everything. The military corporation. Of course, they don't want it to stop because you know what I mean. That's their main money. That's they. You know what I'm saying. I like that, Frank. I'm not dumb enough to pick a political side. Okay, okay, okay. I would have had to check that off. It's 75 of y'all in. Smash that like. What's going on with you today, Frank? Yeah, the military joint to get that money because you look even that we own well, how we own these phones. The military owns that. You know what I mean, they own it and they let the world use it. They say for free, but come on now. That's when you got to think about what can China really do with America. Really nothing because a lot of times we on the forefront of shit. China catching up, but it's a lot of shit that nobody ever speaks on or probably don't even aren't even aware of. That if China was to even, you know what I mean, step to the United States, that'll fuck them up. We thinking they got America by the balls, and I'm gonna say America. Well, maybe they got Donald Trump by the balls, but they don't have America by the balls. You understand? We thinking they got America by the balls, but a lot of times we on the forefront of so much shit on this planet, man. And until we realize that as a unified group, it don't mean shit. Every 4 or 5 years, new president, somebody else get a chance to fuck it up. We got to get a chance to fuck it up together, man. As Americans, let's fuck it up together, man. What's that future? Fuck out some garbage, yeah. Fuck out some garbage. Let's fuck some commas up together, man. That's the problem. Everybody for self. What they say on the Pope Pimp joke? I take pulls and pass it to the left and them. Selfish take two pulls with the seven. You know what I mean? Take two pulls and pass it to the left of them. Selfish niggas because they. You know what I'm saying? Smash that light. China can end the war for the US, but Trump has to finish what he started. Right. And that's all I say too, though, Sassy. You know what I mean? Trump, but y'all know, like I said, Trump started a tariff war with China and with the rest of the world. I say China because the rest of the world saying like they ain't high shit. They need it. China is like, shit, wait a minute. We got Timu popping in y'all country. TikTok down to the point that the United States government done got involved with a social media site. I mean, trying to goddamn take control of their algorithm. You understand that? That's what the United States want. TikTok because their algorithm is totally off the grid from um Facebook, um X, what's the other one? Instagram. You know what I'm saying? It's totally off the grid from it. So, you know what I mean? It's a different follow. It's like a different political party. They can push whatever they want to push on TikTok because they know all of us are highly suspect to follow whatever we see on the screen now. It used to be what your homeboy got or your neighbor. If your neighbor got a Ford, you go buy a Ford. That's why the suburbs look like that. They're in competition with each other. You get a swimming pool, 50 feet, your neighbor get a 51 feet pool. Okay? They constantly moving the marker in the yard. Who got the bigger yard? That's what Americans have boiled down to be who can be the trendiest consumer. And we got that shit from Asians too. Cause remember back in the day, you see a Japanese or Asian toys, the motherfucker got on a goddamn head visor. I don't even remember head visor, Lacoste shirt, polo jeans, some Michael Jordans. No, nothing, just shit on them. Like, and now you find that you see us running around like that. Sometimes the shit don't make sense. We're having a Wonder Woman bracelet with a Superman cape. You know what I mean? Cyclops vision goggles. I mean Wolverine claws. What the fuck? I mean, all because somebody told you it was trendy and it was in style. Smash that like. But we oftentimes don't realize we do that without thinking too. See what I'm saying? We do that without thinking. Our thinking is trending. Whatever the masses say, that's what we with. You know what I'm saying? And why do you think Trump has screwed up big time, Chris? What's three reasons you would say Trump has screwed up big time? And it's not a debate against you, just to see where you at as an American. And it's 80 people in here. Let's get those likes up to 100, man. Come on, double tap that stream so we can. I mean, salute. What up, Cam? Hey, Cam, you think they gonna put them watches in a band? Because you see, it look like it just can pop out of that little fob, that little stopwatch looking shit. You think they're gonna eventually, because that'll be the next thing. That's how they're gonna get the money out you. They'll sell you the watch for six. Them watches going from 600 to 1,000. I've seen a lot of people on videos with them. They'll sell you the watch, but then the accessories, because it ain't nothing. They're just selling you the watch. That's why when people invent shit, it's nothing. The initial product, the accessories that's gonna come after that. You say yes, let go. Okay. Zuckerberg slipped and said he's not human. When he was talking to young adults, he said, "Oh no, I'm a human being." I looked at his neck and every like he was transformed for a second. Wow. So what is he? They were probably release accessories with for it for a couple of 100 more bucks. We gonna see necklace, watch bands, all types, and then we're gonna see that initial watch brand that everybody thought was the watch that was coming out. That might have been a trick too to see if people go for it. You know how they slip you the Mickey in, like you just said, come with the accessories. I bet you that fucking AP band with the bezel like that, that everybody was thinking that was gonna be the watch at first, and you told me that it was AI. I bet you they're gonna slip that motherfucker in that down the watch mechanism gonna fall right into that band. Watch, because the iPhone band is like 150 to $200, man. Yeah, they about to make a fortune. They about to do that shit Supreme was doing. Supreme will put out 1,000 of something for $1,000, and then the next day those shits will be worth $10,000 because of the scarcity. But I don't know. It depends on how they do it, Cam. They gotta got there going. I mean, gradually. They can't go all full blown with it because too many products mean too many placements. And I mean, keep it wrangled in. You know what I mean? Fruit accessories, that band more than likely. All that other shit. Mm-mm. The pocket watches aren't limited, but I bet the accessory colors will be. The bands, though, the bands gonna be limited. You see what I'm saying? Everybody gonna get a chance to turn they on. But you know what's so crazy about that? I bet you Timu got the fucking band for that motherfucker right now. Google the band for the AP watch. I bet you Timu got that shit. If they don't, they better. But that's money. Cam, now somebody bite that up. One of y'all entrepreneurs, go get some Timu bands and set up a website or so somebody can know where you at and get them on the Instagram or wherever y'all folks. TikTok shit. Go get some bands. I'm telling you, go get some bands for the motherfuckers. I wish I was a leftist. Freaky. The pocket, I mean, it'll make what you saying seem a little bit more realer. Now it's just some bullshit. Freaky. Smash that like, bro. I've already seen 6 different companies advertise that they made a band for this watch. AP people are see what I'm saying? That's a hustle. What's so? Hey, if any entrepreneurs in the chat, y'all better get into it. That fucking band shit. That's a lane, see, a niche. You know what I'm saying? If you really got a little capital, you trying to, you know what I mean, do a little upstart, get in and get out right there. Them bands, especially if you got a somewhat moderate to the middle YouTube or social any other social media presence. That watch shit is what it is right now. Smash that like, y'all. It's 55 people in here with 16 likes. Come on, dope conversation, good dope, sell itself. Double tap the stream, man. It's free. But Cam, I'm telling you, I don't know too many people that's gonna buy that shit because me being a little bit older people, the fast that we follow will be something more likely that we're familiar with. All that AP watch shit, our grannies wore those watches. I keep telling y'all, out of my Piaget, them watches is old lady watches, man. Wittenauer, um, Philippe Paddock, all those watches. Your great grannies had those little ugly heirloom watches, man. Bet you go to your grandma's house in the country and go through her jewelry box. She got about six on, all kind. Wittenauer, why they gonna start wearing that Wittenauer watch shit? And when I was young, when crack was popping, um, this dude that I know, he had a whole lot of them. Like he was like, and he had inherited a bunch of shit from his mama, and this was in like the '80s. And what happened? He had did a lot of time in prison as a young person. He went to prison when he was like 15 and got out when he was like 30. His mom left him like a couple of $1 million, and crack was in full. I mean, full head of steam. He came out, got caught up in crack fucking with the bitch, having all this money, being a young motherfucker that just been in prison. And he was selling his mama watches. And I was like, let me see. And it was the same names all these kids are wearing. AP, um, the Philippe Paddock, Wittenauer. Might even have been something that was associated with Tiffany in that fucking, that Tiffany shit is gone. If you got some Tiffany, you can go ahead and got that might can put some down on the house depending on what it is. But yeah, that all that shit that shit is fad, and they don't even know they don't the jewelers couldn't sell those watches, so now they got y'all icing them out, knowing that when they told you when you put ice in a Rolex, if it ain't one of those diamonds that come in it, or one of them sapphires or rubies that's already in the mechanisms and shit, it takes the value away from the product. It's like when you put all this Japanese shit on your car, it take away from the stock value of it. Nah, but now that you said it, Cam, I'm gonna go check for it. I no doubt I know that bitch fire. Now that you said it, because that Daytona Rolex, that's a classic right there. I fuck with them Daytonas. There's always money to be made in America. All you have to do is apply yourself. You don't even have to work in that anymore. You can be self-employed because of the internet. Okay, I'm gonna Google it right after this stream. I'm telling you, I made hundred thousands on the internet, like since the first I'll say the first 5 years of it. Hold on, okay. Because even with YouTube, the first year of YouTube, I made money. Know what I mean, I done had like 6 YouTube channels, numerous websites with AdSense. The same thing they put on YouTube, those commercials. You can start your own website or app and apply for Google AdSense, not advertisements, ADSENSE. And they'll give you a check on the 21st of every month when they put the commercials on your website of your app. And you can just get on YouTube or one of these social media sites and funnel. I did it, and for some reason they suspended my shit because our freedom of speech. I was going bolo on it, so I got one loaded right now. You know what I mean? Who divided America? Because now they kind of more um specific on who they want. You know what I mean? So you have to have a whole mantra set up. So who divided America.com. You know what I mean? Coming soon. You know what I mean? So smash that like Trump 2028. Unless it's a hostile takeover, Rob, it's not gonna happen. What's going on with you this hot 90 degrees Sunday over here on this side? But yeah, Rob, unless it's a hostile takeover, it's not gonna happen, my G. But other than Trump, who would you say is um a candidate that looked like he might do something, Robert? Because what I mean, the Trump thing, it could happen, it might happen, and it ain't gonna be Trump 2028. That'll be Trump dictator took over because 2028 is supposed to be a political race. It ain't, you know what I mean? As Trump is 2028, I mean he took something over, so Trump has to take over. Trump already has that dementia is there. He had an episode in China. Wow. Hey, he 80 years old, no doubt. No doubt. It's like, what's the age limit when they take people driver license? They might have to set him down. You think it'd be Newsom versus Vance, and that'll be a good one because Newsom seemed like a slimy ass Trump. I mean, a real, I mean, Trump though, because he a politician. Trump is a businessman that's just following orders from the military infrastructure. You know what I'm saying? No doubt, I know the military is closely behind what Trump's doing because all military moves, and you don't hear the generals. No generals, like, nah, I ain't doing it. And guess what? They placing the generals that going to do it in office. They taking a lot of them out. They took the black dude out that Trump put in office, and the Navy guy, and the Marine chick. But Newsom and Vance will be dope. And it's gonna be crazy if JD Vance wins. That'll be two powerful Catholics running the world if the Pope is still alive. I mean, he's an American, and JD Vance is American president that's a Catholic, although he adopted Catholicism. Maybe, you know what I mean? That's gonna be crazy too. You think JD Vance is gonna kowtow to the Pope and lean more towards the Pope and with Catholicism, like with the abortion or any of the myriad things that the Pope has to post on for his parishioners, for the people that believe in him. You know what I'm saying? My thing with those people, like with the religious stuff, that they got a lot of uh shit going on with them, right? And bad stuff. And if they really was associated with God, won't none of that stuff be going on, because they wouldn't do it, because they would knew for a fact that God is watching and God knows. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't have faith in like the Catholic Church. Like the Pope is a fucking some bullshit, because all that shit going on, and some of them was participating in that became Pope. So shit, you know that if God really knows, and you wouldn't be doing it. If that's the case, everything that you standing on is out the window. JD got some ties to Peter Thiel. Yep, Peter Thiel is his money. The dude from Reddit, right? One of the PayPal cats was Peter Thiel. See, he didn't even show up in China with Donald Trump because he probably got his own deal with China. No, they didn't. The president of China didn't show up to meet Trump. The president of China showed up to meet Obama. Right, Sassy Mo. And then they made it like it was because Trump went ahead to China ahead of the meeting with Xi, because he had those 16 oligarchs with him, and they was going over there to cut some deals in China. Why didn't the president of China meet them? From Pei to Alien Tar. Okay, right. Penitar, they got there going. Did they go public yet? I had some. I gotta check. I might have had a few shares of that unrealized gain shit they was popping off. Trying to get that hedge fund up. I think I got a few more of them shits, but I've been fucking with Hawaii Electric. You know what I mean? Because they always gonna need electricity. It's been fluctuating. Though. I've been putting a lot of money behind Hawaiian Electric, because they got three sub companies under them that they dealing with. You gotta have patience when you're dealing with the motherfucking stocks. China was supposed to buy 500 Boeing planes, but only wanted 200. Okay, but that's business right there, though, Sassy. That's crazy that they buying them shits, because just like that plane they're supposed to be getting from the Middle East, that shit about to be bug free. Check that motherfucker. They might got one of them little boxes, when these people out here go rent a car and shit, and then they don't. It's about a month. So if they don't pay the bill, the car owner can cut the car off and shit. That's that type of shit United States will do with them planes. But still, business. They could have like, nah, we don't want it. We were just fucking with you. Little business, keep it going, cause shit. I seen how many motherfucking Navy vessels they got as opposed to how many we got. We got the largest naval base, but per ship per cap, we ain't got no ships like they got mad ships. Okay, invest in nuclear energy companies like the Surrey power plant, like Surrey, 18.8 for medium Philly cheesesteak. God damn, I remember when that was like $12. China hasn't won anything. They are paper shit. Name three reasons why you consider um China paper mache, Tom Autry. And it's not the debate, just the seeing where you coming from with it. Name three reasons. Ross Cunningham says no. What's my thoughts on Elon Musk? He just like Donald Trump, a spoiled businessman, and he's even more superior to Donald Trump in that he's a successful spoiled businessman. Okay, I feel like he's really a technologist. So all of us are just collateral damage to Elon Musk. We know that's a decimal point. You know what I mean? So um I do believe that in the future he's gonna pop back up in a position of power, maybe his own country or sovereign. Some Elon Musk about it, he gonna do something because he seems like a Victor Von Doom type motherfucker. They say he was high on ketamine in China at the meeting. He was high on ketamine. And when you got money, you can do that. You can come in with a bottle of Drambuie in your hand. Who wants some Drambuie? We billionaires. Gives a fuck. We ain't gotta work. And shit, fire me. Fire who? Know what I mean? They make interest off of all the money they got. Even if they got fired, the interest off of their billions every morning, they can live off of. That's why Bill Gates and his wife, they gave a lot of money away because it was too much. And you know, if you got too much money, the government gonna start taking it and spending it. Trump is a punk. Name three reasons why you consider Trump a punk. And it's not the debate, just to see how you feeling. Invest in weed companies. A lot of them are being neglected. Nope, that weed shit about to be super legal, 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 legal. So everybody's gonna have it. It's like don't invest in the car company because everybody's driving. You know what I mean? It just is a matter of preference. So don't that weed shit. That window is closed. Once the feds got on it, Donald Trump just put his name on Trump RX for a reason. He's gonna monopolize the weed market with the government. All that government weed they've been hiding and shit. You know that government weed, the weed, you know what I mean? They about to start selling that shit because it's in fashion now. Old people is talking about weed. Remember about 3 years ago, it was CBD, CBD. Nah, we trying to get high. The fucking them hippies from the 60s like CBD. Where's the Sesame? Where that Al Capone, where that Al Pacino at with them red hairs? You see what I'm saying? One thing, old people are nostalgic for what they fuck with. That's why people drink Pepsi for life, Coke for life. They don't take aspirin, they take BCs, Mr. Goodbar Hershey's, what they fuck with, you know what I mean? Creatures of habit, man. Everyone went with Trump to on idea. Like Musk, the guy from Evita, Visa even went. Um shit. It was black, the dudes from Black Rock, everybody. What was a good look though? They wrote because you know that meeting with Trump and the premier of China was supposed to jump off around the time when the Iran war started. So you know what I mean? Well, as she should have, Slum Dog. What you doing it for if you ain't trying to get paid? I ain't got nothing against Nancy Pelosi. None of them went and they beat only right. Only the pop. It ain't no side. It's who can get the most money. Just like in the hood, if you grew up in the crack era, it wasn't no It might have been motherfuckers selling drugs for other motherfuckers, but there wasn't no drug dealers union like they show you on the wire for real. It was everybody on the same side, the wrong side, just get money. You know what I mean? I made a ton off Nvidia. I'm just average investor. I studied them. Me too. I made some money off of Nvidia too. And my boy Cam in here, he stay getting the bread off of Cameron. You still in here, my G? There's a couple of savvy stock market cats in here, man. I ain't heard from him, but he probably pop up. My boy the Moach Man. He probably out getting his bread up. I would support Trump if it can make other of my black people to wake up because they stuck in a slave mindset of thinking everything is the white man's fault. I'm I made a ton off of Tesla. Okay. And Tesla popping too, because you know they're trying to get Elon Musk $1 trillion by in 10 years. But you know what? My interest base ain't just for black people. It's for black people because of course I'm black and I love my black people. My interest is in America because if when we put ourselves in little pockets like that, knowing full well that if you're an American, a black American, a citizen, and you're paying your taxes, if something was to benefit taxpayers, I mean, more likely something out of the pack will benefit you, being that you're a taxpayer. Not even going by color, just going by your EIN number, your social security card number, or however they count on you. So, you know, when we box ourselves in and say, for our black people, that's, know what I mean, no less coming with your hand out, but we coming as Americans with our hands full. You understand what I'm saying? Don't ever come somewhere with your hand out. Come with your hands full, no matter what's the situation. Whether you're going up in a room of millionaires or you're going in a room with a bunch of people that's two steps from the poverty. Always come with your hand full. You know what I mean? People respect you better when you got something and you got yours and you ain't asking for nothing. You might want to link up. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's big business. But come and just with your hand out, nope. Miracle. You sound like fucking Slumdog. You sound like what's that guy that just got the $1 million bail? Chud, the builder. And now he got $1 million bill. I don't know if he made it, but now he gonna be either be in protective custody, going crazy, scared, or they gonna put him in population and motherfuckers gonna put that motherfucking thing on him. And you know what I mean? And that thing could be a myriad of different things. You a green American. That's what it is, Tom. That's what it is. Trump, why does Trump have to draw on a mental health, Hassan? Jackson says speak English. Do you know that none of us speak English in America? We speak a English patois, dumbass. We speak a amalgamation of English. A lot of our words, matter of fact, are German. They're not even English. So spit it out. You know what I mean? Spit it out, Jackson. What's up, Daniel Bird? Happy Sunday. Hey, Daniel, did y'all see the Keyshawn Davis fight last night? Fighting dude. Keyshawn Davis was fighting, what's the young boy name? I don't, Keyshawn kept on calling him Woo. Young boy out of Jersey or Philly or something like that. Keyshawn cut him up pretty good. What's going on, John? What's up, John Moore? Yep, we need a people's party. Yep. Of you know what I mean? With no interest base, just being Americans. Well, go find another website that you can't understand, Jackson. If you spit my motherfucking, out your mouth, maybe you can hear. Stop trying to hear with your mouth. You know what I mean? Jackson, I don't support no one. I've seen how white liberals treat me like I'm not smart. That's why I say they keep the rest of my people in victimhood. They made it controlled by, yep. Well, not in victimhood, but in, hatred of them. This man has never read a newspaper, but he thinks he should run his mouth. Dude, I read the Virginia Pilot and still will read one if I can come across one for like goddamn 50 years, dude. I read the Virginia Pilot faithfully. I read books daily. This ain't a book that I would recommend, but was just going over that one. What do you mean? This dude ain't never read a newspaper. That's what I do. I'm a reader, homie. That's why I just read your dumbass comment. And you coming in and sucking dick all your life and you come in here doing the same shit, you'll never be respected just sucking dick for free. Now go sit down and take a nap. It's your old ass. Smash that like. Brother, Americans are smart, but the president is the slaver of Netanyahu. What's going on in Dade County? Hey, what's your favorite? Did you listen to that Jam Pony or MC Shadi? Shout out Dade County. That's what's popping. Uh-huh. Okay. What's up? Shut up. Shout out Dade County. Smash that like, y'all. Shut me out. Smash that like. Wise up. What you got going on today, man? How's your day? I got records that will make you on your tracks and say, "Damn, that Jam Pony." I used to fuck with my boy with JT. Ay 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 ay. Ooh that 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 motherfucking JT. Hey, and then Blood Raw was another artist out of Florida that I used to fuck with. Listen to him. That gangster shit. Smash that like y'all. Leslie Gonzalez, you a failed comedian. Cut it out. Know what I mean? And you know what? Because you stay getting drunk on Choco Bottom. Don't get motherfucking head, buddy. Smash that like. Everything all brand. Trying to hang with the group. Trying to bang with the group. You hang with the group. Smash that like, man. Share me out. It's 44 of y'all in here, man. Double tap that. It ain't the electric chair. Remember MC Shadi, y'all. Sassy Mo, you remember MC Shadi? Ba da ba ba ba. Body, I'm MC Shadi, and it gotta be tough. Yeah, that was the essence. That was rap music before they monetized it. Y'all know rap music was just rap music, spit from the heart. You know what I mean? Wasn't no money in it. But the moment they monetized it, that's how they stole it because they started branding it. The gatekeepers, what they let in, they called it hip hop. Now this ain't rap. This hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Smash that like y'all. Share me out. CT was popping. What's up, CT? Trump is your best friend. Racist groups want you to hate him. Why is Trump my best friend? Now, the first Pearl Club album was It's Fire. Even Biggie was a fan. Yeah, that Poison Clan, you're damn right. That Poison Clan, that told you, JT and them. Dumb motherfuckers fire. The 20th of July, chilling. CT said, "What's up, Mo?" That's Sassy says, "Hi, CT." But yeah, man. What Miss Gonzalez go? Smash that like, man. Share me out. But yeah, Donald Trump, I don't hate him. I don't support him. All I say is make better decisions for the crew, man. The rapper Dax, I think he's from Cali, right? I think I know who you're talking about. Cali. Is it the guy Dax? Was he in prison for a minute? It's two rappers from Cali. It's a rapper that was in prison for a minute and he raps, and then there's a guy just raps by the name of Dax. Which one is it, Sassy? And he's from the West Coast. Okay, yeah. I heard of him. I heard of him, yeah. Um is another is a West Coast Dog 916. Nate Dog 916 is a prison YouTuber. He been well, his conversations about prison. He went to prison as a young man. He always talking about Dax. Gary Williams says yes. How can someone love Trump? El Baraka. Everybody needs love, and somebody is for everybody is somebody that's gonna love them. That's easy one right there. Okay, you like the one with Snoop Dogg. Okay, okay. I like the old Snoop Dogg. All this new shit he be switching. Mm-mm. I like the old gin and juice. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing but a G thing with Dre and them. That Snoop Dogg. The other character culture of Snoop Dogg is a product. You know what I mean? Go Trump Go says Dar Dar. Dar Dar, name three reasons you say go Trump go. And not to debate you as an American, just to get your opinion on, you know what I mean, the go Trump go. Sibo. Yeah, Sibo out of the 916. Okay, okay, okay. Sibo, he go to. Well shit, y'all ever heard of DB the General? I like DB the General. Um, let me see some West Coast people that's not like LA gang based. E40 even. Keep the sneak. Yeah. China won without entering the game. But you gotta know that they won more different wars. Because all war ain't fought with guns and missiles and shit. Is the economic war, the fight for resources and minerals on the planet, um, even political territory. Drake just dropped the Diamonds CD with the Michael Jackson glove. Yeah, I listened to it, Sassy. I listened to it the night he dropped it. He dropped Iceman, then he dropped the jump with that jump, and I like all of them too. I was listening to it one night before last, just vibing with my queen, just listen to that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm into all music, all genres. If it's a melody and I can follow the drum or the piano or the guitar or the singer or the satire or the bongos or whatever, I'm with it. You know what I mean? I don't limit myself on the intake of harmonious. You know what I mean? What was the last rap song you liked, CT? What was the last rap song you liked? I don't think so. Kendrick Lamar was ran by the machine. Drake is the machine. Most of the shit Drake just did, he did it on his own. Kendrick Lamar was more or less a paid for hitter by the Universal because Drake was in a business deal battle with them. So they put Kendrick Lamar out there, and you notice he only had that song. Everything else after that, it didn't transgress into consumers. It just had everybody. Now, even they played that shit in the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? It was a corporate move that ain't worked. See, he was a pawn for the corporation, and then after it, he didn't come out with nothing else after that. No punches, and if he did, it didn't. I mean, it didn't have a like Drake shit. Now Drake is slated to make so much money, so did he really lose? Sometimes it's best to let them have theirs and then come back and panda chop their ass. So I would say Kendrick, because Kendrick is a boutique rapper. I don't see really too much substance in who he is being like because y'all know it that boils down to corporation. Drake is a fucking corporation. Kendrick Lamar is an artist. Drake, he got a whole mood with him. You know what I mean? He can go and sell out a whole stadium without the assistance of nobody. He have helped so many of these people's careers, from your futures to your Rick Rosses and Kendrick Lamar. He's sort of like a backpack rapper, in my opinion. And I would say, you know what I mean, Chilean investors have been buying up a lot of land, right? Robert, what does that mean? But yeah, Kendrick Lamar can't really fuck with Drake on a global standpoint. He has his pockets of fans and stuff. He's not that all that good of a rapper, and it's just hype. Society tells you who to believe is the best rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like when they had everybody debating who was the best rapper, Biggie, Jay Z, and Nas. You notice that it was a trifecta from New York because New York is the birthplace of rap. Hip hop is universal. Rap is born in New York. Right, but it didn't cross over. I didn't hear it. That's what I'm saying. He did the gospel album. Maybe it's a great album, but that's what he is, a great artist. In the meantime, Drake is doing a $1 billion deal with a record company where he can call his own shots. What's going on, Venus? What's up with you? How's your day, Venus? You know what I'm saying? Um, Drake is doing a $1 billion deal that'll encompass the hundred or so million that they have given Kendrick Lamar to try to battle him. That's what that was. Kendrick Lamar was sequestered to that shit. It was Kendrick Lamar, Drake, and J. Cole's. J. Cole's, in the end, he probably got advice from his advisors, and they said, "Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Fall back from this because this is something that's because remember it won't ain't nobody win nothing from that shit, Drake and but corporate America. So, you know what I'm saying? They stood a lot to lose. Not Kendrick Lamar. He was just a pawn. He gonna lose anyway. Because in a couple of years, like they say, if you don't spend that money, the government gonna spend it for you. We'll hear from him again. You know what I'm saying? Trump is doing jack shit, says Chris Kent. China has been controlled the CCP by the CFR in New York, with who answered the Westminster managerial class elite, the Bank, England, China, and that. I'll go for it, Christine. I read it. I'll go for it. But remember, China got some over Great Britain. That shit old. Once Great Britain had to relinquish Hong Kong, which was the South Asian banking hub at one time, Hong Kong, and it didn't really get into the intricacies of it and get that interest off of the Hong Kong shit, UK and all them ain't got nothing to do with what's going on with them banks. They China probably owned those banks. Yeah, see, that's me too. I'm universal with the hip hop, but rap, yeah. KRS One, when that album came out, I was bumping that shit in my room in my one big 12 speaker. Know what I mean? Why da da dang, why da 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 dang. Listen to my 9 millimeter go bang bang. Why da da dang, why da 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 dang. This is KRS One. I knew a crack dealer by the name of Peter. Had to buck him down with my 9 millimeter. Said I had this girl. I said, "What are you, stupid?" Said I had this girl. Me out and knew. Oh, he tried to play me out. And Scotland Rock knew it. Communist International in London writes all the policies and passed down all the paths, and the manifesto is even from the Chinese government. Okay, Christine, but all of it is from the mind of Karl Marx, a European black man. So, I mean, explain it to me like I'm 7. Why do racists always try to get that perfect 10? Guess why? You want me to explain to it like you 7? You always hate what you can't be, but you try to imitate it. That's why they always take the baseball caps and turn them to the back. That's why they always, the only reason you hate, the only thing you hate is what you consider something great and what you want to be. You say yes. Oh yeah, what's Muskegon Heights? It's named after a black tribe too, Muskegans. What's Muskegon Heights? What is that? What's up, Joseph Chavez? Harbor Nip. What's up with you? I see you back in Heezy Weezy. El Baruca says they agree. And that's true. Edward, the only one Trump cares about is Trump. Karl Marx was funded by Horace Greeley to write the manifesto that the Fabian Society adopted. It is how to take over developed countries by guerrilla warfare of attrition. Right, but like I just told you, Karl Marx was a black man. You know what I mean? European. He was kin to Alexander Dumas, who was a black man, a European, who wrote the Three Musketeers and other books. And they was also kin to a Russian general by the name of not Hannibal, but Gannibal. Do your history. I feel like Chris Israel and Qatar are trying to influence policies in America. Bribing Israel and Qatar, them motherfuckers washed up right now, both of them. Qatar is trying to find a way to switch out from the petrodollar to the UAE is also trying to find a way to get up from under the OPEC and big thing. Qatar ain't got that jet shit. They was trying to safe. I mean, I feel or I know you can't go off of days because the motherfucker lied to you. You have to know. That's why I don't have faith in shit. I have to know, motherfucker. Don't try to come in here with the cross up game like you Alvin Allison and them three nigga. You ain't even got a jersey on. You the water boy. Come here asking me. You feel or you know. El Baraka. El bullshit. No, no, no more locked doors. Smash that like though. Smash that like. I know all about this. I am here to impose certain details, but why are you so special? Now you went with the see. You lost me when you went with the Satan. Don't you know better than missing religion with government? Like, come on, man. People need to realize that there's different levels to elites. Trump and Thel and Lutnick are broke compared to the upper epsilon class. People need to don't how much they aren't. Yeah, people that all we know them as is a name tag. We don't who is Kashashi. You don't know who Kashashi is? I mean, you're right, Sassy. They are no less middle management. They're lobbyists. They're lobbyists. We got lobbyists that go lobby to Thel and them and Trump and them. But they're just lobbyists for different factions of the elite. Oh, okay, okay. But you see, I got the gun loaded. I mean, sometimes that friendly fire get your scalp. The British government owns the first thing. No, we're talking about America for. I mean, drinking all that water from the Thames got their teeth fucked up. Fuck the British, man. No disrespect to my British, but British government. Why are we talking about the British government, man? They irrelevant. Smash that like. White collar criminals are backing the Rothschild. The Rothschilds. Why the white crap? Okay, okay, okay. That's what it is. They don't like you talking about Israel. Smash that like. 7 of y'all in here, man. Smash it like as you come in, man. Let's get them likes up. It's 35 likes in here. Yeah, that Chud guy, he been in the black community for a couple of weeks now. Chilling the cold budgets, chilling. You see, the moment I start talking about Israel, they knock me. They knock my shit off. I watch a lot of people's channels, and I never see any of this shit that go on. Sometimes they change the words I say, or that somebody comes in Texas, and now there's like this shit just they'll take me out at any time. They'll knock me off. Yeah, the Chud guy. I don't know if that's was a distraction or what to bring the black community out or to expose the black community that we'll let somebody do that because or that expose the black community that if you do it, you're gonna get your head bust. Because he should have been got his head bust with them kind of antics, that Chud guy, and now they gave him a high bond, and he's gonna be where everybody in there gonna be black folks. If y'all see how black people go to jail, and somebody might put that thing on them, the ding-a-ling or the motherfucking knife. You just never know. Now he's vulnerable. I don't think he signed on for that nightmare. Now he got a case, might even get federal time, and now he round he the very place where you can't get away from him. Where he should have stayed away from him if he didn't like him that much. Yeah, Chud been around for like he was worse than the dude that they said that walk up and say, "Let me see that there boy. Give me that there boy." That boy that used to do that shit. Chud had been around filming people, calling people monkeys and all that stuff. That shit from the '60s. You can't do that shit now because what happens is, you know what I mean, a white person to beat your ass now for it because they'll be with somebody that you're calling a monkey because we live in this world. China ain't win nothing. Trump went over there and did a good deed. What was the good deed? D? What was the good deed, Deidre? But yeah, Chud was a mess. And now he will be in the penitentiary with the motherfucking goons. They always gonna have the option though, or the vanilla swirl cone and the chocolate one. They always gonna have that option. But the swirl is what's popping right now. They will have the option. You know what I mean? like the Mr. Softy. They will have the swirl, the chocolate and vanilla, but they'll have the chocolate cone over here and the vanilla too. Also, Dairy Queen. You know, I just do this right now. This swirl, cause it's hitting. The motherfuckers that's out here getting that money, them black dudes, they got the swirl at the house. Ain't nothing wrong with it. She put up. You see the basketball people? She put up. Yo, Trump went over there and got shook up like they did with Zelensky. But yeah, the swirl, it's I'm not against it. It is what it is. I'm not partaking in it. You know what I mean, I have. You know what I mean, you try this, you try that. You know what I mean. I mean, but it's more of an international swirl in this area. You know that we got too much people are too close contact not to miss and mingle. Know what I mean, ain't all this sake and bourbon and scotch and Hennessy. Of course, the drinks gonna mix. You know what I mean? With the glasses being so close. Ain't nothing wrong with it though. I mean, that's America though. You can't possibly believe that you're gonna let in all these immigrants and they're just gonna be with blinders on. If it's nice looking, it's nice looking. You know what I mean? Without the and that's what America's about, without the intricacies of our racism, because all of us have a certain amount of racism that we've been exposed to or that we participate in. I think the swirl is what that hurt the black community, and it's another reason many of those kids are lost. Right, I agree. Now I agree with that. Now, Nicole, it did because it weakened the black family as a whole because it added that extra extension to. We all and we played party anyway. He married to a white girl. He got that money and all that bullshit. It's always an uncle or an auntie that's well off, and we attribute it to her being married to wild as fuck. Like and Drake off of Daddy Money, and he go up there and show his ass. They all represent that community. They never say, well, it's a white kid. He came from the world and he's up there showing his ass. He's a black kid. Now, if he go summa cum laude, then they'll yeah, body. Yeah, I mean, shit. Okay, Sassy and Nicole, the awesome twosome. You know what I mean? The awesome twosome. Yep. They love them some Denzel. Ain't no wrong with it. You know what I mean? Ain't no wrong with it. They love them some Denzel. And that's what I love about my black women. Y'all are loyal, but some of y'all, you know what I mean? Tested the waters, but for the most part, no matter what they say about black women to black men, because black men can be some shit sometimes, and we'll promote that shit like it is what it is. Because right now, even the culture that's being promoted now for black men, I don't see where there is a woman alongside them unless she's throwing dollars on her ass. You know what I mean? But a black man's nature is to be in love with a black woman, and you know it if you're a real black man. That's your nature. What your carnal lust is another thing though. Your very nature is the love of black woman. You know what I mean? From infinity to affinity. Latifah told y'all that. But you know what I mean, your carnal lust as a black man. And being a sought after, you know what I mean? A black man is a sought after piece, whether you say it or not. Money or broke, a black man is a sought after piece, especially an intelligent, handsome black man. I'm telling you, he like the new Jordans coming out. It'll be the same color. It'll be a different color, but the same style that's been coming out for the last 6 years. You know the new velvet's coming out, yeah, right? Like the peanut butters came out last year, right? You know what I'm saying? That type of shit. Ugly rich white man to get to, you know what I mean, semi-successful, handsome black man, and y'all know it. Or they'll cut out on 1,000 rich white men to go come and hang with a black man with no money because it's the ambiance and you know what I mean the quality that they will. You know what I mean? See what I'm saying? When you put labels on, what's WASP? I don't even know what that is. And you're old Spanish Catholic. So what's your common denominator? What are y'all? Yeah, I mean, what's y'all common denominator? What's she's a wasp and I'm Spanish Catholic, but I mean, we sure do like our mayonnaise. It's crazy. Black women who rolled up from being homeless was funding young black entrepreneurs to start their own businesses was sued because they didn't want her doing that. She went to Africa. Okay, but y'all two different denominations of Christians. What Catholics and especially Catholics and Protestants are different. Protestants listen to the Archbishop of Canterbury or somebody out of Germany if they Lutheran or angelic can, but Catholics strictly adhere to what the Pope says. So if the Pope tell y'all to hold y'all yim yams and Protestants say have more babies, how do y'all deal with that? If y'all both are staunch, are y'all both true to the bone, what y'all say, or are y'all like people in the black community say, I'm a Christian, I go to church every Sunday, but are you a Christian? I said the black community don't care about what others do. They don't. Black folks doing them. I'm gonna tell you that right now. No matter what denomination they is, they eating sea moss and they getting healthy and entrepreneur opening up shit. And it seeming like under the nose of these people, the black community is uniting back again with the black on black, black support black, like going to black restaurants and black pop-up shops and wearing black labels and supporting black car washes and call Samsung, call Unc, come over there and do his thing, you know what I'm saying? And even with the music and stuff, we are stickler for cover bands and old school music. That's why the Happening Jazz Festival, the Jazz Festival in New Orleans, and those things are successful because we are falling back into our groove. Because I'm telling you, I mean, being the international trending superstars that the black community is, we got a little big headed and started mixing them drinks. Them glasses got close. Yeah, the tides are turning. I'm Canadian, and when I was in University of Business, we learned about WASP, and they're such a massive, vocal, and powerful group in the United States. They count it as their own demographic. Yeah, right, right. But guess what? You know what's the demographic that knocked them out of the box? The black woman. The black American woman knocked the WASP out the box. At first, before segregation, the WASP had a lot um that they the power because they got outside of the home, checked to the husband and in the husband ear, who was, you know what I mean, the Protestant male, allegedly, because a lot of them didn't want to be straight white Protestant. So that's when the walls start losing her, you know what I mean, when once we got desegregated, the black woman is the number one consumer, the number one person that they look to for trends, you know, and even advice, like raising their kids and stuff. They're like, "Oh my God, Elizabeth, how do you do it?" You know what I'm saying? The black woman knocked them out the box, even with the college degrees. Ain't that crazy? No, I'm serious. Even with the college degrees, the black woman has more degrees and is the number one consumer globally. You know what I mean? They have more degrees than any other demographic. Smash that like. A lot of people don't have the same American values, not today anyway. It seems like doing wrong is right and doing right is wrong. Right, Sassy? Or no, it's just coming out of the dark that we are rationalizing and um accepting the wrong. Like, and then it's coming out that everybody's doing it, like Democrats, Republicans, people just, I mean, stealing. Whoever. But yeah, the American values have changed. Remember, your block was your neighbor. Your block was your world. Your neighborhood. That shit was your world. Now we barely know our neighbors. Yeah, a lot of American coaches from the black community for sure. My inspired yoga in my fridge has more culture than most white Americans. Wow, planet. Black women have raised white families in the country. Yep. While they somewhere being mammy and housekeeping and working late, and then when they get off, they got to take the bus home. When they come to work, they got to take the bus. They leaving mama. They don't even see mama before they go to school because they got to go somewhere and clean up somebody else's house and work with somebody else's kids. You know what I mean? That's what people don't realize about that black woman too. Yeah, the villages are because the village went down when you know what I'm saying? Or when the squirrels start getting popular. Because you know, grandma wouldn't let you bring them home. Grandma, what the fuck going here, boy? Even if you the favorite. Now the favorite she might let you get past because you know you always been, I mean, on some other shit. But if you want the favorite or one of those smart kids, and even the smart kids, and going to that goddamn college, you don't got it, them people, you know what I mean? You know, Granny would tell it. There has been white women who have told their children, if you're in danger, find a black woman. And that's for real, because ain't nothing like a real black mother or a real black woman. A sister will fight with you, they don't even know you. If you with the motherfucking culture, they go with you. Sisters, man, ain't nothing like them. And that's crazy right there, Nicole. Go Donald Trump, 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 go Donald Trump. Eat tacos, 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 Donald Trump. Okay, Denon Taylor. A lot of these young, but the shit, a lot of these young white people are turning their parents onto this white ideology. It's a new strand now. These white nationalists, they are getting organized. You know what I mean? Like no other. I read an article that said that there's no need for the white nationalists to even organize because the same um values that the states government is more gearing towards. So they would be better off becoming a federal agent with ICE or something like that because it's the same ideology that the nation's putting now. Yeah, remember they used to have movies about it. Like them, there always be some white supremacist kid with his shave his hair off and name is Yuri and with the red suspenders and bucking wilding out. Now it's some white kid just in the room watching YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Right, that's what I said. The swirl, because the swirl is a very powerful tool, also because you see how it's flipping them once they get a hold of really what it is of the culture and not listening. That's what Antifa is too. Antifa is all the little kids that want to just be them. They don't want to be, you know, black or anybody else. They want to girls want to like boys want to like boys. They want to be furries who has the hot phone, all this crazy shit. But then they hear their father in the living room with his misogynistic, racist, you know what I mean, culture not understanding ass, drinking drambuie, disrespecting. And then their moms, she drunk, she riding. I mean, really she wanna be with the culture, but she's stuck in this marriage because of a 30-year mortgage and these kids gotta go to college or they've been to college, we still owe money and her name is linked to his name. Tax reasons. You know, they're kids, and their kids go in the kitchen to get a Sunday delight in a hot pocket, and there's the black housekeeper in a black. What's wrong with you, honey? And they go tell her, Mom doesn't understand. And Dad thinks I'm a weirdo because I like girls. And they say, Well, let me tell you something, Rebecca. If they don't accept it who you are, still keep. You know what I'm saying? That's it right there. I have seen how young black people are being influenced to be trad wise. I think the same thing will happen where there will be less mixed relationships. Okay, are you talking about that stuff they call in poly now? They got some shit that these kids running around engaging in poly. Damn near the nigga she he running around with two street women. Poly, polyamorous is the that shit crazy, man. Poly, they poly now. that shit they hey, that's what they call it. When I came, what they call it pimping, pimping. Or if it wasn't no money being exchanged, the girls just knew that he had a lot of girls and he was a player. See, I see Mono, a player. Nicole Budget, y'all done ran across them players. That be their profession. They family even look at them like that's what they do. The fuck? That's your occupation, being a player. Players oftentimes get played, the ups and downs. You know what I mean? We all have problems at our job. That shit crazy. Remember, they tried to make it the new norm when they were showing that shit with the Mormon wives, with the sister wives. They put that shit out there. This is what's going on in America. This shit is normal. I mean, go and get a couple of women and put them all up in a big house, or if you got some land, build 3 houses. Hit that like button for sure. Nicole's budgets. There's 52 of y'all in here. I saw a young man in Louisiana give a proper speech to Trump politicians. He did not miss his mark. He so eloquent, he told them MAGA is the last breath of the Confederate burn. I saw that in the caption. It said it. I didn't see the speech. I saw the caption for that. And I had saved it. I think I'm gonna have to go back and revisit that. But what was his demographic? Was he a white Democrat, black Democrat, white um Democrat socialist? Because y'all notice the socialists them snuck in there. The Democrats is damn near socialist right now because the Democrats is a loose organization of different groups, and now seeing the central Democrats are Democrat socialists. I mean, them coffee table communists. You sit around. I'm saying, Heger, maybe some other culture will engulf the white culture, so they got to do everything they can to prevent that from happening, from the I mean extinction of the white culture. Okay, it was a black man. Go Trump, go. Corrupt Democrats must be accountable. Dar dar. So what's going to happen when they say corrupt Republicans and Trump has to be accountable after his tenure as president, and somebody is elected that is not in favor of him? Okay, I'm gonna check him out. What about the black guy with the afro? I think he's from Kentucky. He been doing some, I would say, minstrel shit. The shit I saw him doing is a black guy. It ain't the same guy, is it? He has an afro. It's a black young cat. I think he out of Kentucky though. Smash that like. You say him too. What's he up to? Because I see him in passing. Because I don't like to get too indoctrinated. Because some of that stuff you listen to it, next thing you know, you telling a motherfucker off because you just heard somebody stand up on some shit. You know what I mean? It's like if you watch Scarface, sometimes you might be looking at the soapbox, you about to cut some shit. You know what I mean? This is subliminal. Okay, okay, the same message that the motherfuckers ain't. I got you. And that's the message right now. And it should be because that no kings, that wasn't enough. That was some bullshit. That was a LGBTQ money mission. Because everybody out there was maybe they was getting rid of some of the money. Because it looked like everybody out there was a paid supporter. Maybe they wanted to drum up and see how many people will rally with it. Because I noticed the No Kings rally that I went to, there was no promotion of it. The news said nothing about it. The news said something briefly about the one that they held in one city over, but they said nothing about the one. I mean, nowhere on my news shit did they say anything about that No Kings rally. And I told you, it seemed like a fucking hippie event, like all these old people and shit. God damn, they should be out here advertising, bringing back Geritol and who got the better walker, and depending on what's your affliction type shit and what's that shit, Vicks and that shit was crazy. It was all old people in Lansdowne and LL Bean and Brooks sneakers and shit. You know, the retirees, like all of them had bought a timeshare. You know what I mean? A free timeshare that you can get a TV and get a little TV and a couple of rooms for the night. That's what it seemed like to me. This administration is doing exactly everything they are telling the population not to do. Right, Sassy? It did. It ain't like they got out because old folks' homes ain't nothing but some goddamn senior goddamn condos now. They do their thing at them old, what we call the old folks' home. See me, some of them old people still got a little kick in them, and they do a lot of shit. Now you do have your um what they call it, hospice gens. When you hear of hospice, then you know they ain't got that long. But there's a lot of older folk community that, you know what I mean, got their own vibe. But the thing is, they so retired that they don't need to be in touch. They just stay and put up out the way. There's a lot of in my area, because I don't know how Colorado rock, but I'm over here with the tourists and people retire at, and you see it, and a lot of them are well off, wealthy, and staying out the way and not fucking with nobody, man. And that's who they probably went and prayed on. Like, y'all, come on, y'all ain't got shit else to do but play music, and them old ladies and old men now is just knocking boots and smoking weed. That's why Donald Trump want to get a hold of that weed shit, because his lobbyists, they want that weed, man. Old people, they like Donald Trump too. Old people, especially old people stuck in their way, they think that Donald Trump is some super racist, which he's giving off. Now they will support him. They will fuck all of that shit up. I worked for fucking 50 years. MAGA. Because they already thinking. You know what I mean? But in government, they out of touch. Back in the day, a lot of people often went to live out there. Yeah, Florida. You know what I mean? Yep, gangsters don't die, they get fat and move to Miami. Yep, Florida is the hub for it. Orlando and Miami is the hub for older people. And in my area also, it's the hub for it. A bunch of old motherfuckers. Ain't nothing wrong with it though. I know a word there is a Masonic um rest home for old Masonic and Eastern Star type of shit. That they took the Masonic joint took all that money that they got from the St. Jude's. People donate to that St. Jude's. You don't even hear about St. Jude's no more. There should be a trillionaire right now. All that money they used to get, they used to be on TV every fucking weekend. Florida, all right, it's all right. Oh, they're a different breed. People from Florida, they're a different breed. Chilling, what's up with you, Wanderer? What you been up to? Is this Wanderer from Kenya? Right. You said you prefer all different seasons. I like the summer. Winter, all right. That's when you can put on your best fits in the winter because you can really put it on and not look crazy. And then it's, you know what I mean? But summer, that's, you know what I mean? Summer, like some linen, smelling some kind of limey ass cologne on and just fresh out the shower. I mean, step your feet in some, I mean, cool shoes and chill out, man. It's summertime. And then when you give off that perspiration, if you got on a good bottle of flowers, don't just go spray some Axe on. You got on a good bottle of flowers, or patchouli, or frankincense, or myrrh. That when you start perspiring, that smell that I give off with my cologne. Oh man, you know what I mean? I mean, it's soothing. And you say no, China didn't win the war, Mister Rick. Give me your interpretation of it. That's why you got to get your shower game up. That's why they take plenty showers, because you know what I mean. Once you cool your body down, and then you got to know how to take a shower when you're in Florida. When you're in Florida, if you take a hot shower, you take a hot shower, and at the end of your hot shower, you cut the cold water on and close your pores back up. You see what I'm saying? And then you jump. You know what I mean? And then you will see a whole different Florida. You'll feel a whole different Florida. Oh, where you been at? Where you been at, slime? What's popping, slime? See, it was another wanderer, but I knew from the numbers that who you were. It was another wanderer. He from out of Kenya. Right. A lot of people can't do that son of their humanity. Right. Well, it ain't in them. It's in, you know what I mean? It ain't in them. So, people of color, they got the sun in them. We got the sun basically in our skin. The same shit. The sun is those rays. I mean, Wanderer, what you been getting into, fam? At one time, they had all that sunscreen shit on sale. All you saw was sunscreen commercials. They was chasing. They was chasing, y'all. Right? Did you get seasick? Did you go on a boat and get seasick? Also, CT. Okay, okay, okay. Oh yeah, Wanda, you was doing a couple of jobs last time we talked. What you got to do with liquidations? Estate for a sale, liquidations for lawyer money. Okay, you need some lawyer money for what, Wanderer? Nah, but I knew it was they was talking about that center coming to Wyoming, and that they ain't want it. So they finally said that they ain't fucking with it. Them data centers gonna have everybody got that on electricity high as a bitch. And now you understand why. Well, in my area last year, it was a lot of people complaining that their all their utilities was going up, like their water and um the electricity, gas, even, and they was like attributing it to the meters. They was like, well, they put on 10,000 the wrong meters in. They didn't tell the people that they fixed it though, and they still was charging them at the same rate. There's a lot of shit going on with it. Come to find out, it might have had something to do with them fucking data centers. Ain't that crazy? We fucking they try to turn the goddamn country into a big ass uh computer chip. Smash that like. Right. People paying for their own destruction and clapping for their own destruction. When somebody will come in and say, Daddy Trump. I'm not saying go against Trump, but to praise something that you know is not working is just makes no sense. In Tennessee. Right. Is that where they got that all white community at? Arkansas, yeah, Arkansas and Tennessee are becoming a bastion for white supremacy and white nationalists. But y'all know a couple of years back, a couple of decades, I say 2 decades, when they had the Turner shit, when the feds went to run down on the white folks that was pushing the sovereignty, not even paying their taxes and not adhering to what the government got to say, the malicious, Remember, the government was running down on them at one time. That you ever is a book called The Turner Diaries, where they had to bang out with the families, and that shit been popular. It just went low key because it got mainstream. It went mainstream to be a nationalist. I mean, it was commercial. Okay, yeah. See what I'm saying? They got whole communities where they say, "Nah, you can't come here." They don't even want you to work there. What kind of shit is that? But that's just for the preservation of the culture that they cling to. You know what I'm saying? That's all. It's just the preservation of the culture they cling to. You know. I bet you if you go there, it do not feel like Americana though, because American is to be different cultures. You know what I mean? It's different shit that we attribute to different cultures too, like music and stuff like that. We attribute that to black people. Okay, like your supervisor, we attribute it to white folks. Cleaners and restaurants is Latinos and Chinese. Okay, immigrants always got something off the grid going on. All white community, all just mayonnaise. Nah, mm-mm. I don't see it, but they trying to smash that light. And I'm not against it, but I'm not with it either. It's whatever because this is America. You have the choice is yours. Smash that light. And you know what? The government, that's a good way for them to pinpoint people that are adhering to the supremacy anyway, with all of them being right there. Democrats, boo man, nothing to me. I'm seeing what makes them cheer. Rick Sanchez. Okay, William. So you say that to say what? And William Cunningham, and I mean, how you interpret that? What do you think Rick Sanchez means by that? Democrats boos mean nothing to me. I've seen what makes them cheer. And I mean, and your understanding of that, what does that mean? Bring back the free state of Scott. What is that, Wanderer? The free state of Scott. There's a lot of independent cities here and sovereign communities that's off the grid because they're not, you know what I mean, incorporated. It means they cheer on American destruction. Okay, okay, okay. Right. It's a waste of sanity and time for all this fighting that we're doing, we could be building. Big B, you took all that time out to write. Is that five clowns? You must really be pressed and invested. That's a lot to do that shit. You are pressed and invested, family. That's what it is. Thanks for your support, Big B. And you old as shit. You should know better by now. No such thing as a Democrat or Republican. It's only labels. You are told right. Sassy. Now that is so true. They're the same. It's the same as they give you Levi and Lee. It's always a alternative. And then if you still on the middle, hey, you're a socialist. We all like choices. Just if it were just they would just say Democrat, we wouldn't. But we all like choices. You Big B, you said who raised me? Old Taylor Swift songs and reruns of Dukes of Hazzard. What does it matter who raised me, punk? I tried to stay seated on the eagle's head, taking common sense on the left and the right center. Okay, William. You know what I mean, Big B? Everybody's voting rights are being attacked, fam. Let's talk about American voter rights being attacked. We pigeonhole ourselves when we let's talk about because is there really a black problem or is there a American problem, family? I'm pretty sure. See, that's what keeps us separated. So you know what I mean? No, we don't need to be. We need to be talking about the American. And Eastern Tennessee, they broke off and separated from the Confederacy because the Free Mountain people didn't fuck with slave. Okay, true indeed, Wanderer, and all of them was some kin, Melungians. Melungians are Scotch, Irish, Irish, Black, Native American, whatever. They all mixed. You know what I'm saying? How about everyone just go straight? If you turn left, they say you're a Democrat. If you turn right, you say you're a Republican. Just go straight and cheer for yourself. Right, Sassy, on your own merit, not under a banner. You know what I'm saying? Smash that like, y'all. Share me out, y'all, man. What's going on? How's y'all Sunday? How are you enjoying your Sunday? How did you enjoy your Sunday if it's over with? Shout out all my peoples on the left, the right, you know what I mean, in the middle, on the fence. Thanks for coming through, showing that support. I do not even pay attention to a dude that try to go viral off of Kanye West loop. So I know you, Loopy. Smash that like. How about everyone just go straight? Like Sassy Me said, go straight, man. Came to the fork in the road and went straight. Feel me? I don't know why, but I've always been able to see patterns in human behavior, almost like human bullshit detector. Right. I'm gonna just keep it real, a old adage. Like with me, a hit dog gonna holler. Smash that like. I don't know. The real question is how do we the people find common ground exactly to coexist because we have more in common than each other than we do then yeah, we have more in common than we do the billionaires. We gotta pay the 30-year mortgages. We gotta send these kids to college or trade school or when they can't pay their rent. We're gonna have to come up with that money. You know what I'm saying? We got to put food on the table and gas up these cars that we love to drive and walk around with these phones on our hips. Not the billionaires. All they do is create the next trend to have us, I mean, working a little harder to get one. That's why I keep telling y'all he don't need to send out no checks. He need to send out, I mean, programs, 24 months, every taxpaying citizen, 5Gs. Listen, but sometimes it's hard to comprehend and we all speak in a different language. Some people got economic problems. Some people may be judicial problems in their community. Some people have both and global problems with being they're chasing all the illegals out. These illegals got American family here. It's so much going on. You know what I'm saying? But we all got to start speaking the same language, and that is the better America language, in my opinion. Patience and empathy. Okay. Yeah, yeah. It's gonna take a lot of that, and putting a lot of old grudges aside too. Old grudges, beliefs, and superstitions have to be put aside for Americans to come together. All that it has to be. It can't be. Well, no. for the betterment of America. That's the only way we can survive. Smash that like y'all. Smash that like. That's crazy. See how they knocked us off when we started talking positive? That was crazy. But that's true. We need to put Americans first. But that, I'm telling you, that's how we overcome all that shit. Stop holding grudges. They didn't need to have a no kings day, no doubt. Ain't no kings popping off. They should have had a no grudges day. Know what I mean, with them they say, stop being greedy. You be eating long enough. But the main thing we have to put Americans first, no matter. I mean, Americans. Smash that like and let's get them likes up. There's 23 of y'all in here. Did China just win the war? Before we just had got interrupted by the powers that be, I guess we was having a pretty interesting conversation of how do we as Americans come together and make America great. Because whatever Donald Trump doing, when he get a chance, he can come back and catch up and help us out if he really is trying to make America great. But we ourselves as Americans, and like I say, like we've been saying, you got to put down a lot of your. I mean, we all have them. I have a few of them. I mean, superstitions. I mean, and stuff that's been ingrained in us, learned behavior. You know what I mean? For the Americans to prosper, we stop supporting these people who have nothing but disdain for us, we would probably be able to have health care. Well, if we went outside the box and created it. I mean, you said good luck to y'all, Nicole. You just like fuck it. I, it's like that for my peoples. I know why my people say it because it's been so long. And then again, it's all you know what I mean. I see why my people say it. So you know what I mean. To a certain extent, in the back of my mind, I know it's, I mean, they never got that gonna change because that'll tear the very fabric of what they stand on. Wow, Nicole, you got to give me a dose of reality. Fuck it, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. Fuck it, I'm gonna say it. I mean, to a certain extent, yeah, it's a far that all these Americans gonna, yeah, but you know, what I mean, it just put people. I know that it will never come to fruition on um I mean, the manifest destiny state everybody from coast to coast, but just to put it in people's minds in their day to day that that's make the fellow Americans in your own little stratosphere feel a little bit more better that y'all got a good union and stable communication. I know that they'll never come together to be some guy standing at the podium and we all Americans with the flag and shit and you know what I mean? No, right, Sassy. That's the reason why it'll never come to fruition. And plus, everybody been so starved for so long. Every time we do get even an inkling and a peek at the shit, we cross our peoples just to get some of it. Like, I'm here. Fuck them. I mean, I'm here. I mean, like when Scarface says, "Who put this thing together?" Me. Just who? I mean, in reality, I need there to be the truth, and the truth is the people that voted for this administration helped that they did. They did. That's why you be like, you know what I mean? How can you come in and say King Trump, Daddy Trump, Big Daddy Trump, and this guy is about to tank shit? I'm not saying it's not his right to tank it because he's the president and somebody put him in office. Do you? I'm just saying hurry up and do it. My opinion, hurry up and do it. Who is really creating all these problems that the people are facing today? I know it ain't me, and I know it ain't you. The same as with everything. Just like if you look at who bring drugs in, don't nobody own no planes, boats, and trains and shit. And if the technology is so high tech, how, you know what I mean? That shit is just. I see more Galaxia Welcome and Pfizer commercial for drugs than I see Tito Juan and the other cartel dudes. That shit is all. When you sit here and watch a TV or let a TV watch you for a little bit, all you'll see is a bunch of big pharma drug commercials. But have y'all ever tried to just listen to the side effects of that shit? Why would I want to go and take some shit that might have hair growing out of my ears and make all my toenails fall off, or irritable bowel syndrome, or you know what I mean, loss of sleep? Why would I want it just so that, you know what I'm saying, to get my cholesterol down? Like, mm. No, tell the truth. It looks like Trump is pointing finger at you, letting you know that the joke's on their side. People think drugs only come from Mexico. They come from. Y'all remember the French Connection? Nigerians either. Nigerians is notorious for they shit. I got high blood pressure, and the doctor put me on blood thinner. What are the side effects for the blood thinner is high? God damn! So he put you on. You know what I mean, what you on? So he just regulating it, and it's all mental anyway. Those blood pressure pills to be no less sugar pills, and then it's the side effects. A lot of times the pill will come out for some shit like to help you to tighten up your glaucoma. And the flip side of it, it'll also have your penis hard for 36 hours. So they'll still sell it to you. Don't even take no additives. Matter of fact, enhance the derivative of who they trying to market it to and give it one of them catchy names. So sometimes you'll find yourself taking the same pill, but with a little bit more doses of one thing and then a little bit more doses of another, but it'd be the same shit. And that, you know what I mean, that's why it's probably causing your pressure to be high. What was they doing before all those pills was prescribed in the world? And before all that stuff, you know what I mean? Before high blood pressure and carpal tunnel syndrome and uh, PTSD, what were they doing? Before, I mean, I'm talking about before all the mainstream commercialized drug trade. What was they doing? Man, in the hood, it's a bunch of superstitious um, motherfucker drinking a Pepsi, a BC powder, and some peanuts. People think drugs only come from Mexico. Canada has tunnels too. They come in through the Michigan by way, right? Canada, because look at Kodak Black and them. They went to Canada. They were able to get in Canada, but they couldn't get out because they tried to go through customs. But they were able to drive right into it. It's so many little spots up there in Michigan, and probably in on the west side too. I want to know what happened to that. What was it? North American Fair Trade with Canada and Mexico. Where they were supposed to be building this super highway through the middle of America and do all this back and forth trading. You said they threw all the pills and shit in the trash. Yeah, there's a whole world underneath the United States. Tunnels. Remember, Elon Musk even joked about it, talking about he was building a boring machine to go from, was it LA to Miami or something like that? Or Las Vegas? It was something he was doing with that boring machine. He probably already finished it up. And y'all not noticing Elon Musk is still here. Whether you have T-Mobile, if you fuck with T-Mobile and you don't like Elon Musk, guess what? You're supporting Elon Musk because Elon Musk got stake in T-Mobile by that Starlink stuff. If y'all notice it, T-Mobile is coming out saying they're linked to Starlink. Ain't that's Elon Musk shit? You say they got a government down there. It got something to do with that Denver, Colorado airport too, don't it? Smash that like 39 of y'all in here, man. Double tap the screen. Let's get them likes up to 100, man. Let's get them up to 100. They took me through the rigors today. Yeah, they got a plan B, C, D, and MOON. I still believe they got something going on the moon. The way they did, they just came out the blue with that Space Force shit. I still haven't. I don't know nobody that joined the Space Force. Right. You know how that shit go. CT. We might have to put some dancing girls or something up here. You know what I mean? Camouflage it. We ain't really just kicking it. You know what I'm saying? We might have put some dancing girls up here or something. That shit crazy. There's 9 of y'all in here, man. Come in, come in. Double tap the screen if you haven't already have. Share me out with your opinion. The challenges win the war. Shout out to dude Turk too. If you can't beat him, join him. Don't let it go over your head, fam. Stop being stubborn. No, but I had one. I had one where I used to live for 20 years. I had one. I had cucumbers, squash, tomatoes. But I do have a you know, medicine spot. If that's the garden you're asking about, yeah, the secret garden. They still ain't never see what they ran down on Louise Lucas for, did they? They still haven't said what they did Louise Lucas in for. But nah, I'm pretty nifty with the horticulture though. I got a green thumb. You got one? You growing one? If you are, I got some cool YouTube content creators that are gardeners. A lot of them that are in the chat sometimes. Country Hustle in them. Smash that like, oh yeah. What's a green stalk garden? What is that? What is a green stalk garden? And exactly, Stassimo, that the money still was the same. Okay. Omar says never has and no. But what's a green stock? And if they kept the money, because why is not every American getting paid? The minimum wage should be $20 an hour at the lowest. $20. That's the problem. They try to stifle their people. Let us eat. Marie Antoinette says, "Let them eat cake." Oh, let me check it out. So it's more micro gardening. It's gardening for a condo. I like that. See, yeah, I got grow boxes myself, like the grow box with the lights and stuff. Yep. Soon as Trump took office, he shut everything down. The kids can't even get free lunch no more. Trump stopped everything. Like that ain't a way to solve the problem. To shut it down, to take it away. When he did the shit with the babies, that stop organization and all that shit, he really lost me. Okay. Steve, when you finish it up, you gonna send me some. Okay. They got a lot of grow lights and stuff that go with that particular version of horticulture too, Nicole, but that's going on. There's a lot of it's not back in the day when we had them big ass lights and shit pulling all that electricity. It's got a lot of LED lights with the red in them. You got any red LED lights? Okay. Okay. Do that. Okay, you got a little hoop house wanderer. That's one of them little joints like with the like the clear. See, as Americans, that's one thing we got in common. You know what I mean? To do it yourself. I remember the Taylor do it yourself and the do it yourself hardware stores were popular. And for some reason when you see the commercial, you go up there and get shit you ain't even need. And you're going to Taylor do it yourself like you're going in Walmart. They had fucking salt when the snow was popping off and went in there and bought some salt in the summertime. All kind of shit. Trials, all kind of little tools. Hey, have y'all been them videos been popping up in y'all algorithm of the it's sort of like Jeopardy, but it's like it'll be like 20 people. And it's not like the 20 men and one woman, you know how they been. It'll be 20 people and they'll be competing for $1,000. I've seen as much as and um they'll be asking them a bunch of trivia questions and they'll say, okay, for this round, everybody who stays has to answer at least 3 questions right. And they'll be asking them just basic trivia questions, but of all different genres. Those videos are so dope. I find myself just watching them for hours. Competing. I think I might try to find out where they at and compete. I took a lot of my videos down that where I go when I used to go out and do shit like when I tried fufu. You know what I mean? My Washington D.C. trips. But I think I'm gonna get back into that, and I would like to go do that. Because when I play it with them, I answered like 98% of the questions along with the different people answering the questions. It's Tuesday, CT, your birthday. Randy, what's going on? You said China didn't win the war. Well, who did? Okay. Who can be there, CT? Is it gonna be heavy metal, grunge metal? What is it gonna be? Is Gore gonna be there? Who's gonna be at the heavy metal concert? Gore? Okay, Randy. What's your educated guess, your hypothesis on what's going on? I'll tell you what, these shits Desert Storm, because they Scud missile. These shits Desert Storm Scud missile, buddy. You remember the Scud missile, y'all? Okay. Death Lock, I'm in Armouth. Okay, that death metal shit. So y'all about to be okay. I'll be drinking Jägermeister in that motherfucker. Enjoy yourself, man. Send me a video. Give me a shout out at the death medical. Y'all ain't been sending me the videos I've been asking for either. Send me some videos to my Gmail. I want to post it. What do you mean they're not gonna fight America? They've been fighting America for the last 50 years. Every fight is not physical or bombs. Some of it is technology. You know what I mean? Psyops, economic warfare. You got to stop thinking that all war is bing, 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 missiles and shit. Deception is the number one weapon of war, family. It's like when these low life motherfuckers go date a woman and say, "I ain't feeding another nigga kids," huh? You know, like say the lady got kids and they at the house. He don't. That's some bullshit. I heard people say that type of shit. Why don't you want to feed the kids? They ain't mine. That's the same way it seems like the Democrats and Republicans are treating Americans. Why don't you want to feed? They ain't mine. You know what I mean? You feel me? Go Trump and eat tacos. What does that mean? China didn't win shit. That's why they dumb man California got caught being a spy. China buys half of the shit from us. Still, are you kidding me? We buy all the shit from China. Everything in your house is made in China, dude. What are you talking about? We don't sell China shit. They steal everything. They bootleg all our shit, but we buy it. They bootleg it and we buy it. Gays in America fighting for Islamic, but if Muslims have attacked us, they're Demetrius. Y'all don't know nothing about Muslims and Islam, man. Because if Muslims would attack, they would be that wouldn't be the interest why they're attacking. They won't be attacking you because they're Muslims. They're attacking America. They'll be attacking because they're a country that just so happen to be under a Muslim regime. You know nothing about like religions and stuff like that. Y'all are y'all at war with Iranians or Muslims? Because that's so broad. Southeast Asia has more Muslims there than there are in fucking Saudi Arabia, Dubai, Iran, all that shit put together is more Muslims in Southeast Asia. Are you aware of that? Y'all be homophobic or theologically phobic of Muslims. You got to understand Islam, fam. I mean, Demetrius coming in with that shit. And gays ain't in America fighting for no Islamics. Right. Super, you know what I mean? Super dummies with that shit. Gays in America. Gays in America just trying to be Americans, man. A gay's been in America before America. You know, homosexuality is a human character trait that's displayed by the men and the women. And some people are born on the planet that are hermaphrodite. And ain't that something? Some people are born with no organs, sexual organs. You know what I'm saying? But gays are in, and you know, gays are in every culture. They're gay Muslims, right? You are aware of that, right? There's gay Muslims. I believe Mom Donnie is a gay Muslim, and that's just my opinion of the man. But to come in and try to mix and meld like we are at war. Are we at war? Are you at war with Islam, or you are supporting the Trump administration at war with Iran that's happened to be in the Islamic regime? It ain't even the same kind of Muslim that the terrorists that you know are. The terrorists that you know with the heads wraps and the Mujahideen and um Bin Laden and them, they don't even like Iranians. Iranians are Shia, you know what I mean, Muslims. The jihadists that you know are Sunni or Wahhabis. Even the people that we always say we down with, the Saudi Arabians, they got more terrorists than the Iranian Shia Muslims. The Wahhabis is known to be terrorists. Oh Lord, well give it to me, CT. What's the two tower reasons? This shit gonna be some more history shit. Well, first the 1862, the Darquitian battle, they had a Muslim flag. Tell me, CT, what it is. But that shit crazy. Y'all will come in and all but go to war with a religion. Are you mad with Iran because Trump says he's mad with Iran? Or are you just the appropriate time to show one of your traits of being um, misogynistic and racist? Blame it on the Muslims. I don't go for all that shit because at one time it was the same tactics blaming on the blacks. Everything that was wrong with America and that's going on, they say the blacks are doing it. What happened September 2001? The day that you talking about 9/11? You do know that most of those people who did that were not the conventional Muslims. They was from like Kuwait and Saudi Arabia, right? There wasn't no wild out Muslims from out of goddamn Pakistan or Afghanistan. These were cultured students that got trained to fly the plane in America. That shit sound like a movie, don't it? So if that's what you're referring to, that's on you, homie. Because one of my people's moms just happened to die in that shit, but for nothing. Why George Bush read a book upside down? They were only Muslim by culture, not by faith, and y'all hating the whole religion. So do you hate even the Muslims that are in Southeast Asia because there's more Muslims in Southeast Asia than there are in all those what they call the Middle East put together? Smash that like I say it's a fad and it's trendy to hate them. You know what I mean? Like I said, I saw them put it on fucking, and for a time they was going at the country as white people. Remember when they was putting all that shit out, Joe Dirt and all, that ain't really nothing uplifting in y'all. That was dragging you in your face and you was laughing on. That's like, yeah, all you dumbass mullet motherfuckers. This is what you look like. And guess what? You bought into it. The what's the dude? Vote for Pedro, all that shit. That was them clowning you, making fun of you. It was caricature, but sometimes caricature is really what's going on. So why are you so vested in them attacking Christians for 1400 years? Like, no, 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 no. That makes no sense, CT. I'm not even gonna have this conversation with you. You seem, you know what, CT? You like the Highlander. You Duncan McLeod. You stuck in the past, man. 1400 years is a bit much, man. You don't know what was going on 1400 years, but what the oppressor managed to write down in history. Let me ask you a question, and I'm gonna give you 15 seconds to answer it. You ready? I want to ask you a question, and I'm gonna give you 15 seconds to answer it. Nah, never mind, never mind. I'm gonna just ask you the question. I ain't gonna give you no time to answer. Just answer it. Do you know the name of Ferdinand's second wife? Dan, what's up with you, Dan P? Well, why do you think Dan win the war? And Dan P, did you smash that like? Double tap the screen, tap, tap, tap. Especially if you're on the phone, double tap it. It's cool. You'll see a thumbs come up. Anybody else that hasn't done it, tap the screen 2 times. Tap the screen 2 times. King Ferdinand, not Ferdinand and Magellan, of Queen Isabella fame. King Ferdinand. Do you know the two that signed the little compact with the Pope, who was the Borgia Pope, who they let him take a picture of his son across the water and act like that was a picture of Jesus Christ, and they cut up the world when they found the Moors honey trap where they was getting all their money from, and you know what I'm saying? But you'll say some old indoctrinated shit. That Ferdinand, dude. Smash the light. Right. I know you couldn't because you're so indoctrinated to believing that the Spanish they did all this bullshit. He, go Google it. Just a little interesting. Go Google it. I know you will appreciate it. Smash that like y'all. China could ruin us financially, but it would be suicide move on their behalf. America is the economic backbone of the world. If the American economy collapses, so will the rest. But that's why America need to stop letting BRICS and all those other countries that's getting together in their little groups have all the fun and stop shunning them and get with it. Because the dollar, what will happen is America will upload on ourselves and they'll let us do it. And then the debt, the people that we owe will come out looking for they, you know what I mean? American is not the backbone of the world no more. Some people ain't even doing business in the dollar no more. 10 years ago, you could have said that statement, and I would have been like, yeah. But now America is so much money that's on the internet. You know what I mean? Money, cryptocurrency, unrealized gains. So America, we don't have to depend on the brick and mortar institutions that America is known for no more. You can do business from anywhere. So no, America is not the backbone. What they're doing is switching around how shit go though. Smash that like 50% more trade and balance. Also, I don't think companies and people that aren't born here should be able to buy more than wow. Why is that? Remember the people that first made claim to the land came here from somewhere else. So why can't nobody get a piece of the rock? That's how I know that America will never be on the same page because if it ain't the people that's coming here can't buy it, it'll be only for some of the people that's here that can buy it. You feel me? It's always a stipulation in something. It's always a stipulation. It's 24 y'all in here. Let's get them likes up to 100, fam. Let's get them up. Man. It's not the electric chair. Who's divine in America, man? What's going on, DVS? The U.S. is not the backbone. They are just manipulating the currency by the markets. The world is de-dollarizing and abandoning the U.S. system now that Trump has shown he will block that. Right, and that's what I was just saying. Maybe 10 years ago, the United States was the backbone when it was allowing everybody else to eat. But as long as we turn off the money shower for everybody else, or charge them, or shake the boat, nope, they're not. They will not do business. Just the same if Rocco sell you some brown dope and they got that fish scale up the street, you maybe sell out of the brown dope and take it and go get some fish scale. You see what I'm saying? Trump been selling that brown dope lately. He ain't been letting everybody eat. He's got all these tariffs and oh, you're gonna pay me this. And it's opposite of what's going on with the colonizers like French, German, and them. They was charging the fuck out of them people in Africa for them cocoa beans. Always talking about Switzerland got the best chocolate, but you can't make the chocolate unless you have those beans. And now they was paying 11 cents. Now they paying $2.22 for that shit. That's crazy. That's crazy. China is buying up massive amount of American farmland. There's a plan. They want to starve us. They try on a million military combat level. China's carrier ships won't go in. Man, China got motherfucking like 300 more ships than we have, dude. What are you talking about? I could tell you just saying talking, but you know that our food already owned by China. China owns Jimmy Dean, Quaker, all that shit. They own the Smithfield, Boar's Head. China own all that shit. They own Virginia Hams, Smithfield Meat Packing Company that own all those little substances and all that little stuff you like, Hillshire Farm and all that. China owns those companies. What are you talking about? We are a consumer. That's all they care about. A communist country that's really a front for a capitalistic corporation. That's all China do is produce products. And all we do now is consume. And our product that as an American has been watered down by the person that they look at as the face of the product. Ain't that something? Our sponsor is making us lose customers and people faith in our product as being Americans. They don't have faith in American shit no more. Yeah, the store brand food is the same as the brand with the name on it. But guess what? China might got something to do with that. Because the food that's the store brand food come from the same um coffers that the brand with the label on it. And it depends on what demographic they sending it to, the quality of it. Like the same shit that's in Walmart might have the same brand and label on it, but it'll be slightly different depending on the quality of life that is predominantly being sold to, and even the price. You are aware of that, right? Like the meats that you got in the predominantly um, people of color neighborhoods is different from the meats that they got in the Jewish neighborhoods, maybe more kosher to their liking and they taste when you go get it, or maybe even the price might be a little bit more because they seem to be a little bit more fluent. And then even with the people in the just the Protestant community, if you know anything about, you know what I mean, they're not trying to stop you. Plus, it's people like JD Vance that's taking U.S. farmland and selling it to foreign locals, tech companies. Okay. Bill Button says Trump 2028. It is what it is. Smash that like. Name three reasons you want Trump to be the president in 2028, Billy Button, and not to debate you or refute what you're saying or anything, just to get a feel of where an American is that supports Trump. You know, just it's cool to voice your opinion. Smash that like in the meantime and share me out to your friends. Smash that like, man. 34 y'all in here. Double tap it. Okay, 555 Chrono says Trump betrayed us. Can you name three reasons why you think that Trump betrayed us? Not to debate you, just to see where Americans at with it. I mean, well, damn, Dan P, you a little late. Did you hear the statement that the Campbell Soup executive said that we eating what is that? What is that? Digital printer meat already with the chicken noodle soup and all that shit. It's already digitally printed meat. So the gig is up. We eating cardboard. I already made claims of that happening in China. No doubt, whatever happens in another country, believe you me, it was tested in America. Probably on some prisoners, some mental patients, or somebody that can't really um, even make a fuss on what they're eating. But the Camel Soup executive said we're eating camel digital meat. Then okay, what's going on right now is like big new deal that Franklin did in 1939. He should get 16 years and don't forget about all his trade deals that are just now going. Shit, what trade deals? He's cutting a bunch of deals to give some foreigners H-1B visas to come here and do some American jobs. That's the deals. Why do you say he's better for America or is he better for you? You can't speak for all America because, I mean, now that he's in and the shit he's doing, I don't see where he's better in America. I don't see where he's better in America, but to each his own. The Ghost Budget says he is not better for America. Two snaps and a neck roll on that shit for real. Like, what's he doing that's so good for America? The rebirth of America takes place today at Washington Monument, reducing the country of Jesus. Shit, is Jesus gonna be there? Is that why they was supposed to be painting the fucking the reflecting pool? I should have went out there and sold some T-shirts with Black Jesus on them. Because the auction was under the influence of the CCP. So what is it? Is it the CCP or is it the Jews? CT. Y'all now you blaming it on China because blind. See what I said? Y'all feelings be trending. Now you blaming what the Democrats everything was doing on China. See, it makes no sense. And when Netanyahu on TV, you say it's the Jews making them do it. It makes no sense. Kamala Harris would have just hid out and for what? If that was what she was able to sanction, she would have just signed the paper because that would have been what the Democrats would have been pushing. You do realize Kamala Harris and Donald Trump are different. Donald Trump is a strong man. He's leading by executive order. Kamala Harris would have been no less a team player. Whatever the Democratic Politburo would have said, that's what she would have done. You know what I mean? Following Democratic orders, being a good team player. I mean, I hate how y'all always take away from her leadership capabilities and attributed to Obama. Even y'all attributed Biden being dementia and stuff to what Obama was doing as of like he was behind the scenes. Obama is his own entity. If you can't tell, he was just in Canada doing him. I hate how y'all put all that trouble on that brother back because for real, if you know anything about Democrats, it's a loosely, you know what I mean, formed group of different kind of people that have democratic values. It's all not on the same page. Okay. Exactly, he was a made man. He graduated from those hollow schools named after drug dealers, Harvard, um, and all them Yale and all that shit. He was one of them. All they do is pick the most popular one. How many delegates vote did? I don't know. Kamala would have had us in a better financial position. The military is cutting money and training our soldiers because of how much war costs. Right. So funny to say the Dems so are weak against China. Harris stood in Taiwan and recognized its sovereignty. Z bullies Trump and now he can't even defend what Taiwan is. Right, and nobody's peeping that. Trump is damn near about to got there going let them people go over there and do their thing. But the thing is, Trump don't really need Taiwan no more. Taiwan was what the number one manufacturer of those chips. Guess what? They just start opening up one of those plants in Arizona, Nevada, somewhere, and Texas. That what is it? AMD and Nvidia, all that shit is coming to America. They're not going to need Taiwan. Biden won't perfect. They should have had more of a face like Gavin Newsom. You know what I mean? That nobody believes an angel when they tell a lie, but they believe the devil. They should have had Gavin Newsom in the first place instead of Biden. But Biden was an old mustache. He's been in politics since the 70s. So he said, shit, fuck that. I want to be president this time before I retire. That's why he ain't retired with a loss. Biden ain't stupid. His presidential shit ain't gonna say he lost to somebody. It say he was, I mean, they should have ran to the American interior decorator. He's more concerned about decorating the wall. He don't care about American finances. Right. Right. Trump changing shit, and as the the new architect of America that want to put his name on everything. He put his name on the Kennedy Center. What kind of fuck shit is that, fam? Neo narcissist type of shit, man. And somebody's in here defending disrespecting you. I'm not saying he can't do it because he's the president. Do if thou wilt. To the victor go the spoils. But can I get a slice? You got a whole loaf of bread and I can't get a slice? It does. It makes no sense. You saying I should? I mean, support you when you destroy me. Taiwan is still number one. The U.S. still has 4 or 5 years behind. The only reason the U.S. is in the close is because of Biden and the chips of science act. Okay. I can't imagine Gavin Newsom's come as president. Look at how fucked up. Look at how fucked up America is. A lot of people say they couldn't imagine Donald Trump being the president. He's not a politician. Look how fucked up America is. We fussing about gas, eggs. Know what I mean, we scared to go get some goddamn fruit. You know, we beefing with the illegals. We can't go get them avocados from Mexico. I remember when we was talking about it when the Modelo was going up. See, up in the Black Money Court, we've been discussing this shit up. And you know that talk ain't even the talk no more, Nicole. We don't even talk about how the prices. Remember, it was being affected by the Mexican Canadian shit. Now this shit done got really geopolitical. China is coming in to play with it. So even further damaging the dollar and even further damaging the face of the United States on a geopolitical world stage, we're looking like suckers. But they're bringing those chips here, Chris. They're bringing a fucking Nvidia fucking plant here to America. They're bringing AMD here to America. Once we started producing these shits in America, America probably take that shit from Taiwan and start getting that rare earth metal directly from China to make the shit. Cut the middleman out. The president works for the American people. We don't work for him. That is what people right. And he's not working for the people. I would say that. Trump went to China and didn't get shit for us. Right. He went and gave shit away. Donald Trump. Yeah, he's a politician because that's the profession he chose, but he's an actor playing a politician. Jerry, you came in here and said, I'm here, but your hands empty. Then your peoples ever tell you, don't come in with your hands empty talking some fucking shit. I'm here. Now go back out, hit the cash out, Black Money Trust, and come back in. That's more respectable. You could pop up in here, I'm here, right? Whoop de doo. What young thug say? Whoop de doo. Smash that like, man. Donald Trump is playing a part, man. That's why you know it's the military. The military is behind Donald Trump. You notice they don't never say shit about Donald Trump. Bad. They just go do. If that was the case, if they wasn't with it, they would be like, you know what I mean, even though he is the commander in chief, it still would be a bucking by the Joint Chiefs of Staffs. No, we don't. Dash United States builds refineries. Half of the people around the world that are refining oil are refining that oil with United States refineries. We don't need no refineries. That's what OPEC is. You do realize that, right? OPEC says that if you put in 10 gallons of crude oil, you can take out 10 gallons of crude oil anywhere from any spigot, any port on the planet, being a member of OPEC. AI is taking all the jobs. Amazon fired 9,000 people last month, replaced with AI. Intel, Microsoft, they are copying Amazon's actions. Okay, I'll go for it, but until then, that's what you will have to do. It'll be a job chase. It'll be like a wave because what's going to happen is people are going to have to find a AI proof job. Can somebody in this chat screen tell me what would they consider to be a job that's AI proof? So what is that supposed to mean, Coco Bird? Imagine actually being an American. What is that supposed to mean? Can you explain that? And then it's seeming you feel like it, you know what I mean, a plumber? No, they can send AI down there now. They can send a robot and remember they've been doing that shit, been gone, but the plumbers do get paid. But right now, that's even at risk. You ain't seen all this shit and they be in the pipes with the AI cameras and the cameras and shit. Your chips production isn't there yet due to energy, water, and perfect geological requirements. You can't have a chip plant anywhere there's even a microscopic movement of plants. Wow, I did not know that, Davies. Well, the desert. We got a couple of that's why I said the southwest. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. All of them shits being taken over by AI right now. Electrician, plumber, and HVAC family. Although they are good trades for this you know what I mean, but all that shit is I'll go for that though, Coco Bird, that the United States is the laughing stock of the world when at times we were the beacon of light and hope and regeneration to the world. Everybody wanted to come here like we was the fire that held the phoenix. And after they get come here and get their citizenship or I mean, now motherfuckers but they still want to come here no matter what you say about it. They still want to come here and becoming a consumer because they'll figure out that damn when they get here it's all you got to pay for it. Ain't no motherfucking streets of gold. That's linoleum. You got to pay for the American dream. What's going on, Thomas? What's up with you, Thomas? Harris. Y'all got to find you an AI proof job. But for now, yeah, I would say eight. But I'm telling you, know, with these new advancements in technology, it's not going to need as many as they used to need the HVAC people and the plumbers. It'll need one person will be probably have to start turn on the AI and maintain them. Chips require lasers working with a 2 micron field, and that scale, even the tiniest movement is thousands of dollars of destruction. Okay. So what makes Taiwan so safe? Taiwan is damn near on a volcano or something, man. Someone has to build and maintain the robots, right? No, but your mom's fake teeth rattle when I slap her head for biting. What are you doing? Chill. Smash that like. I brought more vacant land on terms real cheap. Cost as much as my phone bill. I'm selling everything off buying a RV and moving out to Phoenix, Arizona. Why? What's in Phoenix, Kronos? What's in Phoenix? Tell me. You know, I thought Phoenix, Arizona was off the chain with the crime and poverty and stuff. Ain't they having a bad time out there? What's the number one commodity out there? What's the jobs out there? I thought they was going through some dust bowl shit. Because somebody told me Phoenix, Arizona was if you're not a retired with a bunch of money, you out there in the dust bowl. Ain't really nothing out there. Viking life. You said China didn't win the war. And what's your opinion on that? Why you say that? The first autonomous city. Okay, what would you what's an autonomous city? If you got spooks on there that are due to commentate is not the most intelligent broadcast, you just got a bunch of dumps. Wow. I don't even know. I don't even know how I feel about it because I could barely understand it. All I heard was spook, spook, spookity, spook. Some probably white man with bad knees, hemorrhoids. Wife won't fuck him because his breath stink. Drinking PBR and hogging spooks. That shit from the 60s, the spooks. Huh? Most people that call people spooks are dick eaters. They just, I mean, don't want to admit it. Now spit it out. Taiwan has the skilled workers, engineers, and processors. They have, yeah, but they're bringing the workers here with H-1B visas. They just had a bunch of them here. You saying what Taiwan got? They had a bunch of Koreans here. They're bringing them here. They're gonna bring their own workers to do this shit. I better be an AI president too. It might have been already one. We don't even know it. Why am I a racist shit pool Generation X militia? Anybody with militia behind their name is definitely probably a racist. Why am I racist? Because I'm not saying the shit you want to hear. You a dick eater. And that's my opinion. And your opinion, I'm a racist. Dick eaters only come in eating dick. Why am I racist? And you got all this racist shit in your channel. You got a fucking racist dog on your profile. That's a Nazi dog. It probably ain't even a goddamn on Weimer or one of them expensive ones. That's a German Shepherd. Gen and X militia. Y'all motherfuckers be tripping. They're shitbirds. Yeah. hmm Remember, y'all, you will never be disrespected or talk about somebody that's doing better than you. Always be somebody that ain't doing shit that'll run their motherfucking mouth. Yeah, you know they got them little DoorDash robots in certain cities. And even if y'all realize it or not, when you use those city bikes and those scooters, that's AI. That shit is AI like a motherfucker. And it's also tracking you because you sign in with your bank account and your cards, and then you allowing yourself is allowing them access to you, your geo global positioning. And like I said earlier, the army owns that global position and shit. It loans it out to all these companies all over the world. It let them use it because they want that data and analytics. Salute, Dash. That's what it is, family. That's what we got to do. We got to teach and learn from each other, even the stupidity that comes through here, family. Yep. Unless you in a clique and nepotism. That's what Donald Trump and them doing. They want everybody blonde hair and blue eyes down there. Taiwan is sufficiently away from them, and they engineered their plants to set within water and dense liquid mediums to prevent movement. The smaller the tech, the bigger the infrastructure. I beg to differ, Chris. They snatching up all that shit and putting it in America. America, remember who you fucking with. Americans built the Panama Canal when France couldn't do it. America did so much around this world without them. We make shit happen. We're gonna bring that shit to the southwest part of our country and we're gonna get money. I'm not gonna let you just sit here and tell us we need Taiwan. Fuck Taiwan. China, y'all can have them. And we need to get it done with Iran and get on back home and start making America great again, Mr. Donald Trump. Get your fucking peanut head ass back over here. Hey yo, have y'all ever noticed how I'm gonna say this again? Donald Trump talks to the fucking press corps like they ain't shit. I I mean, as an American, it makes me sick to my stomach when I hear the head of the country, face of the country, talk to a fellow American like they ain't shit. Chris probably has Dash. It's well traveled. Dash Haynes, what's part of the country you in? Dash Haynes, are you and Gen X militia the same person? What's the Hong Kong thing? I know Great Britain had to give Hong Kong back. Did they also turn over all the interaction Hong Kong had with the banks and stuff? Hong Kong was like the banking capital of Asia at one time. All the job boards, every job has over 100 applicants. Right, but what happened to all these jobs that getting these illegal aliens out of the country and sending these Haitians back in, all these Uzbekistan truck drivers? What happened to all of that? The jobs they were supposed to free up, that all these Guatemalans and Mexicans and Honduras people that have been over here just stealing our medical benefits. What happened to those jobs? I don't hear nobody. I didn't even see nobody advertise that job. That job was never advertised because maybe it was a niche that was created. Okay, we got all these illegal workers. I can take this farmland and grow some shit and pay them $2. And now, I mean, it's being given to AI. How did the Hong Kong takeover get ugly? Smash that like, share me out. Shout out everybody that's coming through showing that support, man. Double tap the stream. It's free, man. Smash that like, y'all. They had me in a good algorithm today. I could tell. by the fucking trolls. When there's a lot of trolls that be saying a bunch of weird shit, that mean you in the goddamn prime time algorithm. Hong Kong is a middleman for China. You don't really deal directly with China. You use intermediaries in Hong Kong. They have the contacts and brokers and the currency exchange. Changed my the RMB changed me. That okay, okay. There is a landscaping company here in Phoenix that has multiple bots on it where he pulls up the robots coming off the truck and do all the work. He gets out and does minor cleanup. What about the Tiananmen Square massacre? What about that? That's what Donald Trump was just at. Whether y'all know it or not, ain't that motherfucking Temple of Heaven, which the Temple of Heaven is in every Chinese restaurant. Go to your Chinese buffet. That temple that Donald Trump was standing in is a big ass lit up picture of the Temple of Heaven in every fucking Chinese buffet, every Chinese restaurant. Y'all didn't even know that. That's the same temple that China president and Donald Trump was standing in front of. That white looking shit, like that pagoda looking shit. It was the Forbidden City. I didn't see if he went to the Forbidden City, but the Temple of Heaven. Yeah, can't believe you say yeah. That China won. I saw a dude using some AI one day too, cutting grass. It was two dudes standing there, and the AI shit was just cutting that shit. You know, they coming, man. The robots coming. They here. It's just a question of moving next door to you. You know what I mean? That's why I say if you out here and you fairly technological, get you a job dealing with AI and programming and everything. Get on the cusp of it because the people that's on the beginning of all of this shit, they're gonna get paid. You got to get on it before it gets normalized. It's in our visual now, but wait till all of this shit. And that don't mean just dealing with the robots and stuff, dealing with anything with AI. AI is more than just robots. It's sort of like if you're familiar with Knight Rider, you remember Knight Rider, it wasn't necessarily the car, it was the AI program, and they could put the program in anything. So just get the understanding on that. You know what I mean? You want to because right now you're gonna want to survive and try to find a AI proof job, and that's it is what it is. Smash that like, y'all. Shut me out. Why you say you drifting in time, Chuck? What's up with your family? What you got going on? Part of the country you in? You feel like you drifting in time? It's 90 degrees where I'm at, fam, and the sun about to go down in the freezing. Chuck, you think Drake got some bangers or he just threw some shit out there? What's your opinion? Sweet home Alabama, well the skies are blue. Okay. But what about the Tiananmen Square? Tiananmen Square shit. Yeah, he got the three of them. They pretty dope. One of them sound like his old shit. You know when he used that music effect, the party next door shit, like shit gurgled and he be singing. He got that one like that. It's like different genres, each one of them though. I don't think it'll be a Tesla logo. It's gonna be a government logo because they already here. Just as sure as they show you that little cat looking robot or that dog looking robot, they call it a spot in America. But in China, to a cat, that little robot they got. That's the birth for the fucking T 1000. Of course, you know the stream one they show you ain't shit to the one they perfected in the real world. The same as X-wing fighters and all that. All that shit here. Yeah, they don't even talk about building the wall no more, Chris. That's old news. That wall shoot dead. That wall shit dead with Donald Trump. He ain't even thinking about the wall now. He too busy trying to get in goddamn everybody else's country. But yeah, science fiction. It's science nonfiction now. I believe that. Did China just win the war, the Iran war? Did you vote for high food and gas prices and who divided America? Just pick one. Devious for you not to live in the US. You have a deep thought. I know. A line already has first that can do. Man, they had so many companies that got first generation robots. They have a robot Olympics, dude. People don't like changes because it's uncomfortable. We often fall into spots that suits us, but if you want to keep up with the times, you have to become flexible because change is moving. Yeah, you got to be multifaceted. You can't be thinking, you know what I mean, in a box. You got to be ready to, you know what I mean? That's so right, Sassy. People be stuck in their way and they end up getting left behind. It's like the motherfuckers that still wearing the mullet and the driving, you know what I mean? Yeah, just like the younger with they bought like TV bucket. Hey y'all, we gonna wrap this one up, y'all. Smash that like on the way out if you haven't. Thank you, Sassy Mo, Chucking and Jiving, Devious Chris, Nicole's Budgets, Chronos, all my super supporters for coming through. CT, somewhere got that going. You know what I mean? Salute y'all. I'm out.